Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Let's actually switch to the other overlay because there's something that Tesh wanted to show us. So, slight change to how it is that this battle is going to go. So we had the forces of, what's it called, Vroga, were kept outside of the city for their own, so they're not always around the citizens and eating all the food and being weird. So they were kind of hanging out right in this hex beforehand, the one that was just northeast. And so it's travel. They traveled on planes as to not be slowed down by the woods. So that 1-2. 1-2. So it would take 2 days for them to get there. They'd arrive at the end of travel on the second day. But because we're only partway through the first day, they're still one whole hex away. They're still miles away from the actual combat, which we can see how that plays out in the future. As we know, these guys started down here and they traveled up, all their distance to get in here. So it was 5.5 hexes for them if we actually do a no snap. No snapping. Stop snapping. Boop. Boop. Boom. So again, technically 5.5 hexes, but whatever. So it's partway through the third day that they arrive. Yay! Just to kind of go over the mechanics of the people's walking. Now, at the end of the second day, the army of Valoran is going to be ready. And so day 3, they'll move their 2 hexes down to head towards where it is that they're going. So on day 4, they'll have their camp. They'll be at the place where they're doing a camp, and then they'll start building it. Either way, the Riders of Valoran, let me do this correctly. Oh, I can't control things from that map, that's why. Over here, the Riders of Valoran have been switched from red to... Ow, you cat! I fucking hate cats. Why are you still here? Why?
No.
Go. No, go. That's right. I'm going to lock you.
If you ever wanted more proof that's got to Boomer, I'll give it to you right there.
Go away. Don't like you.
Okay.
Alright. Sorry.
We don't like you either.
That's fine. I'm fine with it.
That's topical.
And this one is going to go active here, Vroga's army. And this one is now going active here as well. You guys are about to start spending tons of money. This one's still staying on reserves at the moment, so that's good news. And so on. Beautiful. You guys are approaching. When you guys approach, what you actually do see is you see that the forces of just double checking one picture real quick. Yeah. So you see that the forces of Hinta are prepared. You see that the all the soldiers are literally sitting on top of their horses or near into them, right outside the gates of what's this place called? Of Rid. Right outside the freshly built walls of Rid. None of you guys have even seen these walls beforehand, and you're happy that as you're arriving at Rid and watching Crane collapse, that there are walls to the kind of like the southeastern side to kind of protect against where it is that Haude Gwenh would attack from. It's almost like you foresaw this attack happening as soon as it was going to be, and you prepared yourselves for it, which is wonderful. You see that is taking place. Hinta is not currently with her soldiers. You very quickly surmise that she is behind the walls and is currently inside an area with... what's that girl's name again, Jake?
Tally.
Come on, Jake. You know all your girls.
I said,
right? Jake.
I said Tally.
Jake.
I said it 10 times.
But is that really what you call her? Or do you have a name for her?
Oh my god.
I knew that was going somewhere. I didn't know where it was going. I didn't expect that.
So Telly is there with Hinta. The two of them are spending some time together. It's bonding time. So
they can both come back with us.
So there's some bonding time between those two girls as they're chattering, and it's kind of going over battle plans and everything for the upcoming battle. As you guys are walking through the town, you can see that the combat has not yet started. You guys are going to make your way over to where it is that you hear, like, where's Hinta? Where's Telly? And they're like, Chosen, over there. You kind of get the word. But you also see that amongst those walls that are there, even though they're just quickly built wooden walls, they have a bit of like a ranger tower. I mean, it rises up with like a walled area to protect somebody so they can take cover behind it. Rises up only about 5 feet or so above the walls, which they themselves are only about 5 feet or so. These aren't like crazy, super powerful walls, right? It was just the quick things that you can get up in time. Do any of you choose to go and check out the Ranger Tower first to like get like an eye out on the battlefield, or you just head straight to the ladies?
Yeah, I'll go up on. I'll go up on there because he can inform them adequately.
So you go up there, and the other two kind of head straight to the girls. Perfect.
Aye.
So you go over there to check it out. Do me a favor. Roll me a perception check, sir.
I knew that was coming. You see a crow who flies over and says, "Yeah, you fuck, dude." I'm rolling it. Don't worry, I'm rolling it. I'm finding
25
it.
years. Yeah. So perception
Well,
checks.
you'd know about that.
What
I've
you
not even
see-
been alive that long.
What you see is that as you're standing up on the Rangers Tower and you look out there, it takes a moment, but then you see them across the field. You actually do see an army there. You see banners of Haude Gwenh across there. You see there's a good
Across
number
the
of
river
soldiers.
or across just
Across
like
the
down?
field. Yeah, down the field a bit. You can see that they are here and they are prepared on this side of the river for combat. They're just a distance away and still have to travel a bit more over. Maybe a mile at most. You're not very good at eyeing these things out.
Wherein will head down to meet with the other commanders.
You're going to meet with them, but as you take a step out, you hear, "About time you arrived."
Didn't report back to me then?
Well, I've been keeping an eye on things. There's interesting things that are happening around here.
Please elucidate me.
Well, there's word of what has transpired back home. Well, not home for me or you, home for them. And this army was not supposed to march here this day. This commander is not supposed to lead this field of battle today. There is a bit of an upset that's happening.
Oh? Who is this commander?
A boy looking for his parents. Last name Grearis. Belterin. Apparently he's one of their better commanders. Apparently he's very good at commanding. And apparently he's supposed to be commanding the primary force, but he's not with them. He's here. Now.
Good. Good. Excellent work, Phaedril. Anything else?
Oh yeah.
That'll come. He motions to his shoulder and begins walking.
So he walks.
He'd stop. He doesn't want to be observed talking to his crow.
Yeah, of course. So you're cautious with slow walk there, or even holding back at certain points of time to get there. That's fine. So he says, I found this out by following trail of information from the people that you told me to go and have conversations with, and information that I found from listening to others, or, well, other means. Anyways, apparently there's a keep that you're already familiar with, a keep that you've already gone inside, a keep where you've already found a creature that was very interesting to speak to. Did you know there's more than one?
These undead, you mean?
No. Though that could be fun.
Which keep are we talking about?
A creature of water.
Ah, yes. Yes, we found one.
It's not the only one, the sorry soul. I found the keep of fire, too.
I see. So these are separate to the other keeps that dot the landscape. Smaller, more hidden.
Yes. You're gonna like where this one is.
Oh?
It's beneath the banks. It's why they have so much coin. They're able to melt down any that they get their hands on and put their own stamp onto it using the fires of the forge, purifying the metals.
I see.
I went in there, you know. I get in places and out places without people noticing where and when I am.
Oh?
I hid something for you. A gift.
What?
Well, I'd have to go get it, but you're going the opposite direction. I had to hide it behind a bit over there. I could be back an hour, perhaps. It'd be peculiar seeing a bird flying around with a thing in its talons, wouldn't it?
It would. However, if things come for combat, I might need you around.
They're still a ways away. I don't think they're prepared for combat yet. Ah!
Fucking
Looks around and then dive bombs down and comes back onto your thing. They're still a ways away. It would take time for them to march. Besides, your soldiers will meet them before theirs meet yours. You're on horses.
Very well. However, I need a drop of your blood before you go.
It looks at you, like full beak, because its beak is so long from where its eyes are. It's almost touching your nose.
Don't look at me like that. It won't hurt. Just a pinprick. For magic, obviously.
Creatures such as myself aren't as foolish as you. We don't give away things that are eternal so easily.
Well, you could give it, or I could take it.
I could take your nose.
Yes, fair point. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Raymond goes, yes, fair point, fair point. He reaches into his pack and he pulls out a vial. He's just one drop. Trust me, you'll like what it's used for.
Roll our persuasion check, our diplomacy check, sorry. Because
But thank you.
it thinks, and it thinks some more while you're continuing to walk your way over to where it is that you're going to meet with the two of them. We'll jump to them in a second. And then finally, right outside the door, it's like, and it holds out a talon.
He will extract one drop of blood.
And the thing heals very quickly, so I'll be serious. So.
Thank you. And I shall see you later with this item.
Once again, this guttural kind of growl.
And Phaedril, well done.
It shakes its head and like it's annoyed with you, and then kind of hops off and.
Bayron will pop that in his.
My apologies. Actually, as it hops off your shoulder, it actually literally as it hops off, it transforms into like a wild dog, like a stray, as it lands onto the ground and starts kind of like skittering through the town and going. My apologies. It doesn't stay in the bird form. All right, so, and you go walking in. The two of you go walking in to find that the ladies are sitting there with two of their like ranked soldiers, like people that would follow through the commands given by Hinta to the people that she's ordering around. And they're kind of like going over a quick drawn map of the thing. And it's very quickly drawn, very set up, so it's clearly stuff that's there. And you can see that she's broken up her army into 4 groups of 50, not literally breaking up into smaller armies, don't worry. But like she has it set up into 4 groups of 50, and she has the 4 setting there. And you can see that they've kind of drawn out a couple of different strategies of what they think the Haude Gwenn's going to use for their assault, and ways that they're planning on countering the assault. And as you guys come walking in, and you kind of like see this stuff there, you're walking in immediately. The two of everybody gets their attention to you. What's her name? Tally. Stands up immediately, like to be like, hi, because her chosen are here, and she's sworn fealty and other things. And Hinta looks at the two of you, and she stands up, but not like jumps up, and she says, "Welcome, and just in time."
Oh, good to see that we got here before the battle started.
Yeah, well, you look like shit, so makes sense. You knew this was coming?
Barely. We had to. This is me out of character. Did we talk to them about being allied with Vigil?
I can't remember. They knew about that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, there. Yeah. We had to sign the treaty with Vigil in person, and come here immediately after. We are glad that we were able to make it.
Well, the army's here. They're probably going to be advancing in the next hour or so. We're prepared to meet them in combat. There are a couple of things to note. For one, our numbers match theirs. Our numbers match theirs. However, they do have bows on them. We do not. We have horses. They do not. This is not going to be an easy fight, men.
If we can, I believe if what I've been told is correct, we should have a force arriving here towards the end of the day, hoping that they were able to keep up their march. We have amassed some orcs under Vrogar, and they are coming to assist.
Well, that sounds wonderful. Is there any way to communicate with them?
Actually, oh no, we left the sending thing. Fuck.
Why would you leave
No.
it?
Oh no, we didn't. No, that's right. No, we didn't. Because we were going to wait to find out what was happening with that. So no. Yes. So I know who's leading it. It's 3 who I've met. A meeting is enough, right? Okay. If they
How many charges does it have? Because
4 a day.
4 a day.
Oh, for a day. Okay, sweet.
Yeah. It uses up one of those charges if it does the over the distance one permanently. So if it does the full distance one, it uses that up permanently.
I also thought it was a discharge one, so that's
I remember specifically it was if it was used for the infinite distance one, it was permanent.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are as close as they should be, I should be able to get a hold of them with this. Give me a moment, and he'll try and do the sending.
Okay.
2, 3. Just sort of. This is Valrin. Checking.
I'm going to save you time. It doesn't work.
Oh, fuck.
They're probably not within range. The particular person that you're trying to speak with.
Okay, they are not close enough yet. I will try again
6
later.
feet under after telling Baku that she's assuming command.
She's like assuming direct control. He's like, I'm Shepherd, bitch.
They are unfortunately not close enough yet. I will continue to try. I've got 4 chances during the day.
She nods and says, if we can give them the order to swing around back and attack them on the flank side, we can finish them pretty quickly. Hopefully the battle doesn't have to stretch out as long as their arrival. Unless, do we want to hold them until they arrive? Or do we want to attack them and end it now? Take the horses, which are known for speed, to their front.
When would I arrive?
Probably right about now, actually. Sorry, prior would not have because you were chatting and walking slow, but we can say
No. Well, that's why I wanted to check.
Rayron, perfect timing, and I would fill him in.
Good news. The commander is Belthurin Greyrass.
One smiles and he says, I have the perfect idea. I can transform into Lord... I can make myself look like Lord Greyrass. We can stall negotiations and until the army comes.
Oh,
perfect.
Not only can I look like him, but I can sound like him.
Perfect. And we could use this. It would expend a charge permanently, but we could use this to inform him if we can't get a hold of him otherwise.
Not only that, we could stall him, but then we could anger him into charging in recklessly. You could pretend to slay me. And we could hopefully take advantage of his anger and hope that all his tactics kind of go out the window and he just blindly charges.
I approve of deceiving the young man. However, possibly we could capture him prior to any combat. An army without their general, and I understand he is a talented general, would do poorly indeed.
We could meet him and one other, and it could be me and one of you, and say that we're bringing Lord Greyrass out to speak to his son, and we could try and take them in.
My dog has to pee, so you guys chat while my dog goes pee, okay?
We could have them, meet in the middle, and then after we attack and try and take him alive, and after they see us, probably attack the general, their army would move in, but ours are on horses. Ours will get there first.
I think this is a good idea. The fact that you can look and sound like him would mean that a situation that he thinks is on his side, or at very least even, can switch instantly with a trade with regards to you. This could work.
He wouldn't trade himself.
No,
But what
I
could
mean,
do
sorry.
is get-
And
But what
get
if he
him
would
close?
trade himself for his father? One can begin the walk out towards the enemy. Any mounted troops would catch up extremely swiftly, so he would not fight alone, and we would have Beltran safely in custody, which not only deprives the enemy of their commander, it also adheres to our end of the bargain with Lady Elif.
Could I, if he does swap, could I not take command of their army in place of him?
You could.
you could.
You could indeed.
The issue is, you would be caught if something went wrong. You would be caught in the middle of them.
I can disappear if need be.
Aha. And in a fight such as this, the chaos would be extremely hard to follow.
It is a risk.
Very much so.
I would rather not barter your life on a risk one.
I think removing the general.
No, if he agrees to a swap, which I highly doubt he will, but we could if he doesn't agree to a swap, we could meet him in the middle and then turn straight away on him and his other representative, and then have, as soon as the fighting starts, have our cavalry charge, because they will meet the enemy before the enemy meets us.
This makes sense, and that we could capture the general in this attack.
Exactly, and he wouldn't be commanding the troops.
I think that is our best shot. Meeting in the middle with you as his father, and then attacking whoever he is with, and incapacitating him would be perfect. That way we would take their general off the field as well as capture him as per the deal.
I think it's a good plan. I don't know what sort of a fighter Beltran is, but I think it's definitely worth a shot. Not to mention, like I said, if he does meet us in the middle, if he doesn't agree to a swap and he does meet us in the middle and we do fight, our cavalry will meet the enemy before they get to us. So we'll just be fighting them.
I think going for the meat is actually our best option. I think
we should still try for the swap. I think we should. Otherwise, and just on the off chance that he agrees, for the life of his father and mother, and his father will be released now. His mother will be released later. But if he doesn't agree to it, then a meat. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I think that is decent. Then do we believe this is worth spending a charge, or do we try and inform them the normal way?
I think spending a charge directly to him will show we have his mother's weapon.
Yeah, if you can sound like his father, you can send the message like we're threatening you to send.
That's not how it works. Sending spell, you know exactly the name of the person that's sending the spell.
Oh,
and specifically, if one's the one doing it, you don't understand this magics, but meta information, they would know your true name.
Valorant could do it.
Yeah, I've got it on me. I might as well be the one to do it.
You are the magic man. The magic man.
The magic man? Who lives in Arcane Lane?
In that case, let us. We would go over like specifics with the rest of them, the ladies, about how we're going. We should need to inform you because you weren't here for half of it. So.
No, I just. Oh.
Not you, Scott.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I just knew.
I understood.
Okay.
I understood well.
Okay. We're offering that first. We're offering a swap. So the father for him, and the offer of releasing the mother later. If he doesn't accept that, which I'm not expecting him to, then we're offering
a swift punch to the back of the head
to meet in the middle with his father.
Yes.
So him and one other person, and All three of us could actually go.
What you're doing
Yes,
is you're trying to request what's called a parlay.
Yes.
Yes, but we're not using that because then it comes under some.
Yeah, no, we don't want to. We specifically
no white
don't
flags
wanna,
involved.
We don't want to. We're basically meeting in a similar manner to a parlay.
It's a parlay. It's literally let's have a conversation. Let's see if we can resolve this other than via combat. It's a parlay. It's a meeting of the generals. That's fine. You can do that.
Fine.
Yeah, but the reason why we don't want to say parlay is because we're going to betray it.
Well, I mean, that's up to you. You're using deception. So, I mean, using deception is using deception. If you're saying, hey, come hang out with us for a minute. No, it's not a parlay. Just come here. No, just come here. Like,
exactly, Scott. Exactly.
I have an idea. I have an idea. Instead of the way that we do it that way, so we're not breaking any of this, we make it sound as though we are essentially saying, to stop this battle, we will meet somewhere else with the father and exchange him to stop the battle. But it would be small, with like two guards and the father, and maybe one or two guards with him.
If we do it as a site, because if you do it outside the army, it loses its legitimacy because they're going to be like, why the fuck's that commander when his father walks back without his own son?
All right, so I think this is what the plan should be. First we offer Beltran a straight trade. His father now and his mother to be released if, like, straight more or less in a day's time, if he surrenders himself now and his army turns around, which he'll probably deny. I mean, he might not. He might. But if he denies it, then we request a meeting with him, and he can bring, one or two of his men, and you bring. He can bring one of his men, and the two chosen, Valoran and Rayron, will bring Lord Greyros out, and they can have a conversation in the middle of the field of battle. And then when that happens, we more or less attack. And then as soon as we attack, the army on horseback charge, because they're going to...
Well, when we're in the middle, we should attempt to negotiate.
No, that's fine. But
I have a better idea. In terms of, instead of us breaking parlay, let's make him break it. Let's kill you in front of him.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Or, we know Lord Greyros is very stubborn and like a cunt. So I could be like I could say to him, don't attack them now. You know what I mean? That's a good point, actually.
Goad him. I didn't raise a son of mine to parlay with the enemy.
And then if he's not falling for that, that's when we strike you down.
You don't even need to strike me down. We can just I mean, you can if you want to.
Hinta says this is a great idea. Anything we can do to get advantage in the battlefield. Tally says, you guys are amazing. You're brilliant. I'm so glad that I joined forces with you.
This is a good plan, Scott.
Yeah, this is
a very good plan.
Absolutely. You just have some in this case, women, some women here with you, and no other. I mean, Keithul can be here. He's just out there with the soldiers at the moment. So, they were both like, yeah, this is awesome. Let's do all of this. Press all above, all of the above.
Let's go and parlay.
You send the rider
so that's
out,
our plan.
You send the rider out more or less to saying.
No, we use the.
No, we don't have to. If we're doing a parlay normally, we don't have to. We don't have to do that. I think
you can literally show that you have a bracelet if you see.
Yeah,
So
no, but we could use the thing was we use the bracelet and ask him more or less. That first part: surrender yourself, or release your father and your mother. All right, and if he doesn't want to do that, then meet us.
Say your sentence touch to him, because now it's getting late.
Okay, yeah. So it is the we will hand over your father and tomorrow your mother if you exchange yourself for them today and send your army back.
My apologies. You say hand over your father. Yeah, but more or less the plan that you said beforehand.
Yeah.
His response is, hold on, I gotta make sure I click this right.
His response is, "Get fucked."
Yeah. So I'm gonna lower my charges per day because I just used one of the full ones.
His response
Make sure
is,
I don't forget it.
Valorin. His response is, chosen Valorin Corrin, betrayer of Paradel, and champion to those that are lost. Why don't you take that fist wearing my mother's bracelet and shove it so far up your ass you can play with your insides? While there, take him out for me.
Oh, always a fiery one, this one. Okay. Then.
I still think we should proceed with the parley.
Yeah, I think
because we only have to trot halfway across the field.
He is acting very aggressively, which is good for us, which means he is on edge. So I say we send out the rider with the parley, and specifically saying we will bring the father onto the field with us.
Okay. So you didn't have to actually use a charge. You didn't have to use a charge because he's so close, so you're good there.
Sweet. Okay.
Yep. You have to use a charge because you're so close.
Oh, in that case, I would say that I would offer the parley myself then, if I don't have to use a charge proper.
Correct. Because again, within the range. Yep. So, anyways, you
cool.
boys, touch Discord just so you know. So you send out the rider to Discord. You send out the rider, and the rider goes out, white flag, so on and so forth. And then the rider is there for probably about a good 20, 30 minutes. And then the rider is back on a horseback and starts riding back towards you guys. Gets pretty much the entire way across the battlefield when a whole bunch of longbowmen release arrows. And about 3 of the many arrows that were fired hit the guy in the back. And he's like, ugh! And is lying there dead on the horse as the horse continues to gallop even faster forward. Eventually, a couple of men are able to get the horse and kind of pull it together.
Wait, no, hold on a second. Hold up.
You sent somebody with a message.
No, we said because it wasn't going to expend the charge permanently. I sent with the bracelet.
Oh, I thought you sent somebody with a message. Oh, okay.
No, that's because we thought it expended the charge
damn it, you
permanently.
Misunderstood you. You changing your plans made me give away too much. Stop changing your plans. God.
Well, I mean, I would have said the same. I would have
You're fine.
said,
Go ahead.
We will. How about a parley? We will meet you in the middle of the battlefield with your father, as a show of goodwill.
Response is, where is my mother?
We should trot out now with the father and a white flag halfway across the field.
So you just start walking out with the father and the white flag, holding the bracelet.
We don't. Just wait. We should say we'll tell you in person. Like we want him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll
you say your father can tell you.
Actually, yeah. No, your father. That's good. Your father can tell you in person.
He says your father can tell you in person. His response is, my father can rot in all the hells. Where is my mother? Or you will be eating an arrow this day.
Pass wherein.
Hang on a second. All right. Well, wait. One more thing. So disguise self. Can I become a woman?
You can become whatever you like, as per the spell.
All right. I'll become the mother.
Plus or minus up to a foot. And within a range of how much weight you can make yourself look different, and so on and so forth. Absolutely, you're more than welcome to become whoever you like.
You should definitely become the father. You want to antagonize the boy into stabbing someone.
Knowing that we're using the last one, knowing that we're using the... Well, what was our plan for the... Because we've got one left.
No, it didn't use a charge. It's not using charges.
No, it's not using permanent charges.
Yeah.
It's not using permanent charges. It's using charges, yeah.
Well, Varen knows Lady Alith the best. So he would hold out a hand. for the bracelet.
You should tell him to like meet with us in good faith, or
Oh,
he'll
no,
never see her again.
Does it have to attune the bracelet?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope. This isn't 5e.
Oh, then flat out, just give you that. Yeah.
Miriam would send the message to him and say, Lady Alif is safe and in our custody and enjoying the comforts thereof. Rest assured, she is far more diplomatic than her son.
That's it. Yeah, that's about 25 words. Okay. I was like,
Oh.
far more diplomatic than her son. He says, his response says, produce her before the sun sets this day, or you will be or your or your corpse will be rising before the morning sun.
Miriam would send that one out loud.
Oh, no, flat out, what we've done is we've just delayed combat till our army gets here.
Not only that, but I want to know how close I can get to resembling this woman.
Look up the mechanics of the spell.
And he's got the bluff to change his voice as well, so...
Exactly. You make yourself, including clothing, armor, weapon, and equipment, look different. You can seem 1 foot shorter, taller,
up to 5'2".
between.
Up to 5'2", all the way down. She wasn't a short woman, so that you could easily get her height.
Okay, I think our best bet is
Mom,
he
you've been doing
seems to
push-ups? What?
he cares about his mother far more than he cares about his father.
Yeah,
I think
agree.
our best bet is to do the slaying thing, the slay you in front of him to anger him into attacking right when our army shows up.
No, he'll come and meet us for his mother. He'll meet us for his mother.
But we can wait till a couple of hours, like till half an hour.
We can wait.
We can wait a while so it looks like we're getting her.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We could do that.
And then we can. I mean, honestly, I have to get rid of my meta knowledge. Then we can send someone to go give the message of we all.
No, because we don't need to send a message. We wait until like 15 minutes before sunset, and then the two of us walk out with Lady Alif.
Oh, that's true. Actually, yeah.
Because he can recognize his mum. We don't need to send a message. The message is clear.
Yeah.
We walk out with a white flag and his mum.
No white flag, just the mother. No white flag, just the mother.
And your black blade at the neck.
Yeah, that'd work.
Yeah,
I would have mage armor on as well, so I would look all beef. I would have all the runes and stuff glowing all over me.
Mage armor is like one of those inflatable suits.
No,
like inflatable muscle suits.
I imagine mage armor like the tech armor from Mass Effect 2. That sort of like it's just that like sort of glowing sort of runes.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
I've always imagined it as non-existent. Like,
yeah, I usually do like an effect that's present at first and then is otherwise invisible afterwards. Okay.
I like the actual barrier stuff.
No, that's cool. That's cool. So this is what ends up happening because you guys are gonna wait so long in the day, and so you just allow hours to roll by. We
would also we would send someone to go warn our troops to go to wait.
That close. That close.
I knew you were going to do that. We would get them to wait for our order and flank. I was planning to say this already. I'm just thankful that I managed to interrupt you just in time.
Okay, so you send riders that way. You actually have to do something when you're sending a scout that way. They have to make a stealth check because this is a generic scout soldier. They have a +5 because they're trained, of course. They're not like they're.
Is it in like the other direction from the army? Pretty much.
What?
The scout is heading in literally the other direction to the enemy army.
No. They're doing. Oh, I see what you're saying. But do you think that the army doesn't have their own scouts looking out for?
That's fair. Good point.
So there's actually literally a rule for like camouflage and scout, but this is a single person. So you're just gonna roll me a stealth check. So it's just a 1d20 +5. Whoever you wants to roll it for your rando soldier looking to send a message.
Who's been rolling well?
Katesh, you've been rolling the most.
I have been rolling pretty well. So roll
a 1. Do not roll it.
D20 +1.
No, he's got +5.
Yeah, D20 +5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you said +1, not what.
No,
yeah, I thought you said +1. I was like, no, text, please.
Oh, you fucking! It's not a 1. It's low.
That's real bad.
I'm going to lock that. I'm going to lock that. That's important.
Okay, and I think this is you
What do
have
you
one
think?
luck die after this. Absolutely, go ahead.
I'll scroll up. I'll find out. I wrote it in chat.
No,
Yeah, so one left.
Correct. I have it sitting on your map. So
Come on. I just want to. Okay.
okay.
That's at least better.
Now remember,
15.
when it comes to army rolls, unlike
No,
all the
no.
other rolls of the game, my typical stuff, I'm open rolling army rolls. That way, things like Daddy's dice can be openly seen how they affect like a battle and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna roll this in front of you, boys. Ready? 1d20.
They're definitely gonna
plus-
spot it.
They slip by. They slip by the scouts. They're able to secretly go and deliver the message to Vroga's army, letting them know, wait, do not meet with us.
Flank when combat begins. Yeah.
Flank at the start of combat. Use the cover of darkness because they're more or less all orcs, so they can easily continue traveling at nighttime. Mm-hmm.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
This is awesome. Fuck yeah.
So that's beautiful, and that allows the that communication goes. Many hours pass. Finally, the sun's starting to set, and his way of sending a warning to you is he literally has about 6 or 7 of his archers light an arrow on fire and send them flying across the battlefield. They don't get as far as to where you guys are. And you can see from the origin of where those arrows came from, because it was getting kind of dark, getting kind of far away, that they've moved up. They've gotten into a position where like they can start moving forward for combat.
Presumably we can see that because they'd have torches.
So again, this guy is a commander that knows what he's doing. He had them walk in the cover of night. You do have like Perrin scouts and whatnot amongst you. You have a mixed race group here, but you guys see them moving forward. You see them using the cover of night to get closer and closer and closer. Then like once the sun's, like you said, getting like settling low, it's getting very dark. They send the warning. Like
He's lost. He's
All
lost
right,
10
well, we know
soldiers to
where
broken
to
angles.
stand.
Now it's time to do the thing.
Yep. So
We don't want to walk out too far then.
Yeah,
No,
no, we
no,
don't. We want to walk out. Just walk a little bit forwards and see what happens.
okay.
So like we're clear with the plan.
Yep. You're Lady Alif. I'm holding a blade to you. In the other hand, I'll have a light
What?
spell so that it makes it obvious that this is Lady Alif.
Yeah, just
I mean,
a second.
we
I'm
also
checking
happen to
stats.
know what her underclothes look like, so...
Oh, come on! This is awkward.
Wow, let's not do that.
Yeah,
Um,
that was like one of the
but
most
do you-
triggering
Oh,
events for a
fuck,
chat.
okay.
do you want me to try and bait him into attacking first? Is that what you want me to do, or do you want to just
We're
surprise motherfucker?
surprise.
Like,
I think
you
what
need
we're gonna
to-
do is
you
we're
need
gonna
to-
try and get him. Sorry, you talk. You had an idea.
Well, we should attempt the first plan, which is we'll give you your mother if you come with us. We will let her go free because we should attempt.
Because at the
he already denied.
no. What he's offering us, give the mother, and or you will die, is what he's saying.
Yes, but he'll just take the mother and attack.
No, but yeah, we're not going to give the mother. We're going to
Yes.
go and talk to him about it.
Right, yeah, but we can't just go and talk to him about it. We need to have a plan, which should be our initial thing should be swap.
He's not going to agree to that at all.
Well, what do you think he's going to agree with? What are we going to go over there and talk to him about? Just
Swap
attack him?
or we kill her, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Great.
and then he'll attack. He'll attack. So, and then that's when we attack. And as soon as that attack happens, our army, like on horseback, charge.
Okay, so we get him to come out to meet us, and we say,
We
"You
need to
come
be
with
at
us?"
arrow range, though. Although their commander is in arrow range, so I don't know if they shoot at their commander. So,
Well, we'll say,
it's more of a
say
thing of
come
like, he
with
wouldn't
us
shoot at
and
her.
your mother will
sorry.
go free. Don't
Yeah.
come with us and your mother will die here and now.
Yeah,
And then
that's
you
what
will
we
die
say.
afterwards.
yeah, that's what we do.
You guys are terrible people.
Yes, it's war.
You know what,
It's
Scott?
fucking
War.
Hang
War
on,
never
hang on.
changes.
Not only that, we're terrible people. We're not even using his like actual mother as a like a bargaining chip here. I mean, not a bargaining chip. Like, you know what I mean? It's me in
A
disguise.
hostage.
As a-
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't do that to her.
No, not at all.
So,
One might.
what was the? Did you send any message to him prior to heading out?
No.
We don't have any left.
We just walk out.
Okay.
Yeah, we just
Because
walk out
it's
with her.
evident.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
evident.
Are you going to be on horseback?
him.
Are we on horseback or not?
Probably not. What do you think?
Probably
I
not.
say he'll probably come on horseback.
So you don't know. It's up to you guys. How do you approach?
I think no, because it makes it a lot easier to have Lady Alif not
Yeah.
restrained.
Yeah,
but
no,
with
that
Yeah,
makes
I
sense.
agree. Yeah, I
That
agree.
makes sense.
So walk out.
Okay. So field of battle. There is their army versus yours, and you guys meeting in the center there. You guys start walking out, the two of you with Lady Alif. You imagine that they are going to be trying to figure out what it is that's going on. You obviously have lights. I think you said dancing lights or whatever it was, kind of like circling around.
Right,
Well,
no,
you
actual
guys
light,
specifically
yeah.
actual lights.
Well, both of them give lots of light, but so the
Oh,
actual
okay,
light
yeah,
spell to make sure that you can see that she is walking out, not on horseback, with the two of you that are going in that direction. There was no decision or parlay or anything like that was made. Was pre-designed, but he's not an idiot. He kind of understands what it is that's going on, so he does start coming in your direction. However, he starts coming with a group of 12 soldiers.
Really? A dozen?
Send him a message and say,
That doesn't work anymore. You'd have to yell across the battlefield.
did we use 4 charges? We got one left.
Nope.
No,
you
no,
used
no,
one on
we
the
used-
army beforehand, and
Yeah.
Tesh talked to him twice, and Neil talked to him once. That's 4.
Yeah. So we can do the holding the blade to her to gesture like you.
Yeah, I think we should try that. I'm just
Roll a intimidation. That would be.
cast that.
I can. I have a +8. I can do that.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
do that. And Neil should be able to assist with the sword to the throat, right?
Yeah.
Scott?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. Okay.
So he should have a +10. Look, no, I can't break it.
I mean, that's not with that's 17.
Okay. So Neil, sorry, not Neil. Valoran, Neil has to roll to see if he assists you with his intimidate.
Oh right, yeah. Okay.
And he does, gives you that +2, so it's 17
Hey.
total, which is funny because you rolled a 17. And you do the intimidation. And so he waves off like to his, because he had like 6 to his left, 6 to his right. He waves off his right side. And so 6 of them kind of like fall back and he's walking, they're walking, right? No, he's on a horse, they're walking. But they kind of
that's
like
something, at
go
least.
back, and then 3 of them kind of fan out around. So now he's being flanked by 3 on either side. So it's including him, the total of 7, including you 3, the total of you 3, heading in your direction.
It's better at least.
Also,
Can we yell out to our own men and have like two come up, right up?
it's up to you.
Let's leave it for now. Let's not.
No, let's
push
leave it for
him
now.
over
Yeah,
here
let's
more
leave
than
it then.
anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so while you guys are continuing to make your way out there, Rayron, you hear because you guys, my apologies, you're not on horseback, correct?
Mm-mm.
Yep, he is, but his men are not. So there's 6 walking and 1 riding, and that's just, he's a commander, right? So you actually, something catches your eye in the corner of the light. As you, something just happens to catch your eye. It probably catches most of your eyes, but there's specifically like a little light, kind of like a flashlight or like somebody with their watch. A little light shines in your eye, specifically Rayron, and it catches your eye. Again, one probably sees it because he sees everything. And you look over and you see that there's a mongrel, like a mutt, standing there on the battlefield with something in its mouth, and it kind of like drops it on the ground, and it sits for a second panting, like it's out of breath from running, and you can see that a blade is sitting on the grounds, where the blade itself has a bit of a sheath to it. Sorry, it has a sheath to it. The sheath is actually quite decorative, and it was clearly like reflecting again the light that you had, reflecting the light to catch your eye off of like the metal filigree that was designed on the sheath.
How far is it?
Honestly, if you just step 10 feet to the side, you can grab it, but you also know you can tell the dog to bring it over.
Rayron would go and grab it and shoo the dog away.
Okay, like you go and grab that up like it's like a strange thing. Shoot, go! You know, kind of like small
Back
kick
to
at
town.
the dog. And so the dog and kind of skits off. Before we get into the sword and whether or not you look at it or anything like that, about 30 seconds to a minute later, you feel a pressure land on your shoulder and kind of like drag down your shoulder, like your back, like a little bit and stuff like that. But because you're behind her and Val is in front of her, air quotes her, nobody sees it happen as you feel the pressure come on your shoulder. Do you investigate this thing as you pick it up at all or no?
I think he'd give it like a cursory glance.
Sure. So you look at the thing, and once again, the filigree on it is absolutely stunning. Like, it is truly beautiful. It has a hardened leather scabbard.
Look at it and
Yep. A hardened leather scabbard with looks like a gold filigree, but most likely it's actually something like a brass or something like that has kind of like the golden look to it. It has a smell to it, almost like a sulfur. You lift the thing up, and as you lift it up, like literally as it gets exposed to the air, you can see that the blade underneath, which is comprised out of what looks like some type of steel, has another type of metal that's kind of like woven through the steel. Once again, it has almost like a golden color to it, or maybe like a brass color to it. But as it comes out and you pull it out, it's like as the air touches it, it almost like stokes the flames of the sword itself, and it starts to get like an innate glow, like almost glow like a candlelight, and you can feel like a heat coming off of the thing, not on the hilt where you're holding it, but you can feel the heat coming off of the blade as it's sitting there. And then you go, and you can see a couple seconds later, the heat stops radiating and whatnot, and the glow starts to die down. Without the air, it doesn't seem to be stoked to life.
I would like to ask also Rayron or Valorant, one of them, to feed me a potion. Because I'm not going to take it myself, because that would look strange.
Oh, yeah.
What do you need?
I would like you to feed me one of my owl's wisdom.
Ooh. He's like, psst, poison me with wisdom. Poison me with wisdom. Sometimes it's better not to know. Sometimes.
I'll take that off my sheet.
We can actually use this. It's like we can say that was poison, and we can administer the cure. Yeah.
You guys are being a little uncouth. You continue making your way forward. When you are like grab her and like pull her head back and like feed her something, and she does like a little faint bit of a fight. He starts riding faster ahead of his soldiers, and the soldiers quickly like scramble to like chase after him as he rides up to you much quicker. Once again, kind of like meeting in the middle of the battlefield. Doesn't really, because this field of battle that you currently see before you on Roll20, these hexes are large gaps. You know what I mean? Moving in these hexes is actually like what would be multiple turns. One hex is for the sake of a regular combat. Again, usually when you do mass combat, you don't have visuals. I'm using a visual, so you have them for the first combat. Okay.
Yeah. I will actually hold up a potion of neutralized poison, saying, "We will give this to her once our dealing is done."
Okay. So my apologies. So you say, "I'll give this to her once our dealing is done," and like literally as he rides, he says, "You're a snake of a man. You're cowards. You would grab a woman and feed poison down her throat. Never before in any field of battle have I ever played such tricks. You will die before this night ends. Believe you me. What is it you want?"
We want you. That is the deal that your mother has made with us. She asks that we keep you safe from the coming combat. Therefore, we will let her go free and keep you in custody, a far more valuable chip.
Mother, you didn't make a deal with these devils, did you? These spawns of sin?
Give me a second.
No, I absolutely did not. You get them. You get them indeed.
One just says, I can't lose you, Beltran.
A bluff check.
Yeah, with +5 because of the belt.
+5 is it's more than that, isn't it?
You got the Mama's Rough for the belt.
Mama's Rough is +5, yeah.
Hang on, give me a sec. Mama's Rough.
It's funny that you guys. Do you guys want to hear something that might make you angry? We talked about
it's a +10.
Sorry.
It's a +10.
It's a +10.
Oh, it's a +10. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll make my bluff check.
Yes, tell us, Scott.
The Regicide crew opened up the chest for the month, and they more or less just said, we'll sell everything. We're not even going to look at it.
Fucking damn. And also, fuck.
Okay.
That bluff though.
So you say I can't lose.
Oh,
you.
that's 30. Wait, that's 36, isn't it? Yeah, 36.
Why you instinctively you innately have a plus 11?
Yeah, well, I upped my wisdom just a minute ago too.
Well, wisdom's it's based off charisma, not wisdom, but
Not with my trait, it's not.
Oh, fucking goddamn.
That's 36. Thanks.
wow, you have a high bluff. One is a
Yeah, what
he's a slick Rick, isn't he?
We made a good
is
choice
an
having him.
Inquisitor. He's an Inquisitor. This is what he does.
It is what he
He
does.
lies.
God, he is so good. One is frighteningly good. Okay. So he's like, don't take away my dark son. So you give the lie, and he looks at you and he's like, Mother, for serious, you actually did this. You made a deal with these hounds of hell.
One kind of like just falls to his knees, kind of a little bit. Not so much that he's like prone or anything, you know what I mean? But like just kind of slumps.
He's defeated.
Men, ready your weapons. Every one of them like, draws their swords, gets them ready, gets into a fighting stance. Half the distance, he says, as he hops off of his own horse and starts walking without any hesitation directly over to the group of you. So more or less, they're closing the gap. So they're like, what, 20 feet away from where you guys are now? Because, you know, you stopped maybe like 40, 50 feet away before. And walks up and doesn't look for permission, doesn't even look to the two of you. Just walks straight up to his mother to drop to his knee in front of her.
Okay.
Do
At
you
this
guys
stage-
say or do anything on his approach?
Yeah, like
Wherein will lower the sword to her neck.
yeah. One, I don't know. He'll
Easy
actually
now.
keep quiet because he doesn't want to ruin it this far.
Okay.
Easy now, Belturin.
I'm
He,
gonna
look,
ready
he
an
looks you
action,
straight
though.
on and says, "Fuck off, you a Maltese scum. This is my mother." And then he reaches down and says, "Have they been handling you? Have they been treating you well? Are they honorable men?" And he says, literally spits on the ground after saying it and reaches out to touch your shoulder.
He would pull back and say, what would he say? As he goes to touch his shoulder, he just goes, then one says, don't, and he points at the sword at the throat. He's like, stay there, Beltran, don't risk your life. Not now.
I'm not worried about my life. And if they're going to take you, they're going to take me with them, with it. And all of Haude Gwenh will devour every bit of what they are and what they were. I'm not worried about these piss ants. He says...
This is up to Rayron now because one's tried.
He did pull back and he did let his hand drop. He didn't like continue reaching forward.
You want your mother safe? We have no desire
I'm not
to see
speaking
her
with
harm.
you, commoner. Looks down at her again and says, "Where's the other one? The one that you should
I'm
actually
going
be
to push the
concerned
blade
about."
against his throat.
Against his throat? Okay. He's not too
We are in a parley.
he's
I
not
would
too
ask that you
concerned
speak
about
with me.
he's not too concerned about the fact that there's a blade against his throat. He's going to quickly like go to like move away from it and stand up and smack the blade aside while drawing his own. But obviously this is not something that can just be done for free. It does technically provoke an attack of opportunity if you do choose to swing your sword. That is entirely up to you. Otherwise
So
it's
tempted
just
to
a
fucking
thematic
slaughter
thing. Otherwise it's just a thematic thing. It's just like
I remember we want him to attack first. Hit the mother.
Yeah, Rayrin will grab a handful of her hair and pull her back more defensively.
Mm-hmm.
So that he can't go up to her again.
Okay. He stands up and says, "Look at you." And he hollers past your shoulder, "Look at them! They have a woman on her knees, a sword against her throat. This is who you worship. This is who you have for power. Is this truly how the martyr handles combat? Is this really the words of Orenda? Where is that scum leader of yours?"
Just
So
fucking...
If we're doing that,
Rayrin will
no,
just lean down and whisper and just say, now.
I have an idea. I know exactly what I'm doing right on this moment while he's like turned to face our army. I'm doing.
It's funny because he actually is
this.
not being a bad guy. He's actually.
I'm doing this
Yeah.
on.
Mama's
And I'm
getting
going to do that on 1.
Yeah, I'm doing that on 1. Yeah.
Hey, just
Hold
wait,
on,
'cause,
hold on. He's screaming, so he's distracted. So I'm going to give him a penalty on the roll. However, you technically, before you can cast spells, have to roll for initiative. But he's distracted, so I'll make a perception check against the fact that you guys are making actions. So I just need from you very quickly, as you guys are going to cast spells and be discreet about it, is a sleight of hands check. If you don't have that, then a what's the word I'm looking for? Just a flat dexterity check against my perception. I take a -5 for being distracted. Okay. If you succeed, you get the spell off
the
before
fact that I said that I had a prepared action.
That's fine. You have a prepared action.
Yeah,
They're actively doing things.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, sorry. I want to see what my DCs are.
Pretty high.
Oh, that did not work out.
Well, I guess he failed. With a -5.
Oh, he's so furious about the well-being of his own mother. You guys are so playing on this poor guy's emotions for the well-being of his mommy.
Hey, we're gonna take him alive.
Yeah,
okay?
sure.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
if he was that worried, he'd have just done the swap.
No. He's also
See?
He's also a commander.
See?
He just wouldn't.
This is also.
He just wouldn't put
Sorry,
a woman
go
on a battlefield on her knees with a sword to her throat in front of her
I
children.
mean, technically,
Neither
we
would
didn't.
we.
No, he's a better man than you. That's all.
No. He thought he was a better man. We didn't actually bring her out here. We brought one.
So the both of you guys get the spell off, and it's literally as you finish the spell, he realizes something uncouth happening. And so this is where, before the armies take effect, I guess we're going to be doing a normal combat.
I would get my triggered action as well.
Of course,
my
just do me a
action.
favor. Roll me initiative first. Get that out of the way before we worry about anything else.
Because I should get my thing off and then go into initiative, right?
Yeah, correct. I'm not worried about that. I just want to make sure we have it all
We
set.
all need to roll initiative.
So we're going to zoom way the fluff up to make this work well.
Oh no, it's okay. I've done my action. I've done mine.
Yeah, we've already buffed one.
What did you do to me?
I gave you a large person, and he gave you a.
Ablative barrier.
Yep.
You got a
So
+2 to...
you cancelled out the AC I lost from in last
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you also get DR.
Oh, do I?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah, what?
the first 5 points of lethal damage are reduced. They're converted to non-lethal.
1 second.
That's
we're
fucking
gonna,
sick, actually.
We're
Holy
going to switch
shit.
this back to a regular battlefield as this strangely takes that kind of, and I said, 20 feet away? So 5, 15, 20. And then kind of set these guys up like this. So they're like that with you.
Oh, damn.
And then
Nice,
same
no.
idea.
It's okay. I have a way to take him with us.
Yeah, and he has one.
I just got to finish getting this ready because, again, this wasn't exactly a prepped thing. My
What do you guys
apologies.
think of baleful polymorph and grab and run?
Turn him into like a little like, I don't know, a lapdog and leg.
Hold on. And you guys would be like,
I
hold on.
hope he's got, his.
Nope. Switch them.
Not actually, I'm not going to say that, though.
Hold on. There we go. So just make sure we have that set up correctly for who is where. And then just grab this one last little thing. Aaron horse, Ollie horse, Will horse. None of those. Which is a horse. Here's a horse, of course. There we go. That's where he dismounted from his steed. And make it a little bit longer. Cool. Now again, ignore the armies, ignore all this. I went back to squares because we're playing regular combat here for how this is going on. Now I have to roll his initiative, okay? Ooh, yay. I'm missing somebody's initiative.
You didn't click
one.
your token.
Oh, one.
One got a 22.
Oh, jeepers. Ugh. One, can you please?
Jeepers, creepers. He's gonna stab you,
Where'd
boy.
you get them peepers?
And then this over here. One, if you could do that for me. We're gonna have a red bleed.
What do you want me to do?
If you double click where it says 0, type in 22 instead.
Oh, you can. Oh, I didn't realize you could actually edit yours. Okay.
Yeah, only yours,
Yeah,
correct.
I'm just gonna change mine to a 30.
Yeah.
I should try that one time to see how Scott just be like.
It's great because like seeing this as a roll of freaking 8, I'm
Why
like
isn't it
making
working?
a character at the moment that like has
got you, buddy.
advantage and like +5 to initiative. It's like I will never be lost.
Hey, why didn't the other guy go on? The other guy got a. Did I just do the same thing twice or something like that? Let's add you on there. And you were the 13. The other one was the 20. Now let's put this in order. Sorry about that taking so long while we got this set up, and then we make it look pretty on. Ignore these guys in the background over here. They're literally just for me to keep track of initiative. They don't exist.
Okay.
Okay, so my spell will go off before my actual initiative, right?
Correct, sir.
Okay, good. So I get 2 turns in a row then.
Correct, sir. Unfortunately, that is what is going to happen, depending on your perspective of what is fortunate and unfortunate. All right, so this is now the battlefield is prepared. He starts yelling over his shoulder about how the fact that you guys are horrible, horrible people. And to be serious, to your soldiers, you probably look pretty terrible because it's not like everybody knows the trick. Ha 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 ha! Look at these commanders; they're so smart. Not everybody knows it; just your leaders do. So your leaders are, of course, back there, Telly, just saying words and Hinta being
Just
like,
they've just
being
seen
like,
it right
just
now.
steady, men, steady. Believe not your eyes and trust your leaders. Steady. You know, one of those sort of things.
And then they're gonna see that reveal and be like, "Holy fuck! Okay, yeah, we trust them."
They all dab in unison.
Welcome to the show.
As all this goes, happens at once. One more or less says, what did he say? Something about doing something. What was the last thing he said?
I don't know. Just about how terrible you people are.
I had something cool to say, but I can't remember anymore.
That's okay. You're not that cool, so it's okay.
I love that.
Yeah, one's just
That's good.
probably. I can drop the spell at will, right? That alter self or whatever.
It's not at will, I don't think. I think it's actually an action to control what you look like. So as a standard action, you cast a spell, make yourself. No, it's actually dismiss is a standard action to dismiss.
All right, well, I'm not going to even
He's
bother.
about
Fight
to
him
get
as his
smashed
mother.
by his mum.
One just says.
Whips an axe out of nowhere.
One says, "I'm not your mother, boy," and then he casts Bone Shaker.
I'm not your mother,
What's
boy.
he cast?
He casts Bone Shaker.
Oh,
I don't. That sounds pretty brutal.
That
I won't lie.
sounds terrifying. I imagine
It's-
seeing the mother go gigantic is probably like, what?
It's 3d6 points of damage plus 1d6 per additional 2 cast levels. So that's 5d6.
Drop it into chat for us.
It's not on roll 20.
No, you have to manually add it later on then. All right, that's fine. Keep going.
Do you want me to just post the link to you, or
Yeah, if you could real quickly, and I'll just check it out real quick. Or actually, better
Yeah.
yet, it's called Bone Shaker.
I'll put it in Discord?
I mean, I'm
Oh,
familiar
yeah,
with the spell from at the very least the video game.
Yeah.
So Bone Shaker. So it's a Fortitude save at the up, Fortitude save partial. Target takes 3d6 points of damage plus an additional for 2 caster levels. Your caster level is what, 5? So it's 5d6 damage. In addition,
Fuck.
you can move the target 5 feet. This movement doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. A successful saving throw halves the damage and negates the movement. So he has a Fortitude saving throw. Okay, so first things first, you cast the spell. However, you are in melee. Yeah. However, he did not get to act yet, so he does not get to make an attack of opportunity against you yet. So I get to make my Fortitude saving throw, which is because he's not a wimp.
I'm just going to roll my damage anyway, and then we can halve it. What do you roll?
22.
What? 22.
Oh, you bastard.
Yeah, well, I think I'm the only one of my brothers that was born in wedlock. Or at least conceived.
Oh, I'm going to roll, and then you just halve the damage, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
so
half of
9
that.
points of damage. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's your turn. I cast it again.
One is going to 5-foot step back, and they're all within 30 feet, right?
Yep. Because they're within 20 feet.
Yeah, from 5-foot step back, all except for these two over here. If you stay where you are, everybody's within 30 feet.
Wait, if I step... Oh, I get what you're saying. Wait, what if I step diagonally to there? still.
No, that's what he was saying. Yeah, they're out of range. I say do.
Ooh,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about there, yeah.
Yep, beautiful. Yep.
Oh,
So
nice.
I step there and I blistering invective.
I knew that was what you were going to do. All right, so roll your intimidation check, please.
Keep in mind, he still looks like the mother at this point.
It's only 2 points, but we're gonna see if they catch fire. 27.
And it'll spook the horse.
20, so 17 is the reflex saving throw.
No, intimidate it's 29 at the moment because of my up to wheel.
But I still make a reflex save. So for
to catch on fire.
soldiers 1, this is blue. For soldiers, you guys can't see my rolls anyways, and it's the same either way. So what am I doing? So for soldiers blue is a failure. For soldiers red, it's a success. And then for him, his dexterity is a different number than them. So I have to roll that one clean.
Is the horse spooked?
Yeah, they have to.
He actually
be
also
demoralized.
fails. I should actually open roll his, even though I just rolled and I failed. I should open roll his. 15 is also a failure, but I'm going to Daddy's dice that one. A 17 is exactly what I needed, unless there's some sort of buff to your numbers. Your wisdom modifier is increased. Is that applied? I believe it is to your saving throw.
Spells. 17
Gets
DC.
me down to 5 Daddy's dice left, since the macro is broken. My apologies. You said what? That's correct. Cool. All right.
That's correct. And I can swift action as well.
So he takes 1 point of damage.
What'd you?
He takes 1 point of damage. They 3 of them
gone.
take 2.
Yeah, where'd one go?
I probably deleted him by accident. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, he's meant to be here. I'm like, hang on.
One of us deleted him by accident.
But was I there?
Fuck!
You were there,
There he
yeah.
is.
He ghosted. So all right, one. That was what is the intimidation automatically works? I believe correct.
Yeah, well, unless you.
What's the DC?
There's no DC. It's 29 to intimidate.
That's what I'm saying.
And they're all
No,
demoralized.
you have to make an intimidate check to demoralize.
Yeah, but he it's a 29 automatic because of his skill.
Right,
But I get to roll with my commander because he has saves against fear, and he actually has a chance. Because it's a will save against the fear effects to actually resist that demoralization. He failed. So he doesn't get scared easy, which is why he's behaving the way he is. So that was your standard action for your prepared action. Then it was your standard action to cast that spell, free action to move a 5-foot step, and you do?
I activated the protection judgment.
As a swift action, you increased your AC. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. All right, the first group up is the blue group, which is all on fire. So they spend their turn putting out the fire. I believe it's an automatic save, so long as they spend their entire turn doing it. Double check that for me if I'm wrong. But that's going to be their turn is doing exactly that. Next is going to be his turn. He did make a saving throw. He is not on fire. And he is annoyed by the fact that his mother just stepped up and did this, and that it is entirely a ruse the entire time. Thank you for your free 5-foot step back. 5, 10, 15. I'm going to make a free action.
The horse is
Wait,
on
the
fire.
horse didn't
and
run?
Oh, I didn't.
We
I
talked
didn't.
about the horse many times. Yeah.
Yeah, my
Not
apologies.
to mention, he would have provoked when he moved.
No, we didn't because you
Yeah, 'cause
you were
he's
over
enlarged.
5 feet away.
He's enlarged.
I'm enlarged.
Oh, when did you enlarge?
I enlarged him.
Oh,
But
that was
my
one of the
action.
two. That was one of the 2 spells that were cast. Okay,
Yeah.
so that would have provoked. I'll deal with that in a second. We just didn't make your mini bigger. So let me roll the horse's reflex saving throw first. There's so many things going on at once, right? So let me just go.
Scott's like, please just get to the army combat, so I only have to roll one thing.
Oh, horses have a really good reflex save, so +5. Did you say that's 17? So the horse did not run away. It's a war-trained mount, so on and so forth. Does not run away. So he is going to withdraw action, bringing him back. So part of his movement, which starts here, brings him 15 feet to here. Okay. Now he's going to attempt to hop on the horse as a free action.
So the horse is demoralized.
That's okay. The horse can be demoralized. That's just a mechanic. Cool. It's shaken. It doesn't necessarily run.
He is also demoralized.
That's
so
perfect.
he takes a -1.
It's perfectly fine. For all skill checks or just attack rolls and...
I believe it is all skill checks, but I will double check.
No, I got it right here. Pathfinder, Shaken. Conditions. Shaken is right here. Just double checking. It's been a minute. Skill checks. Yep. -2. So this goes down to only this. DC 20. I beat my DC 20. I hop on the horse as a free action. And then the horse's speed is 50. He's going to continue his withdraw action, which again started here. So then he's going to, so it took him 15 to here. So continuing the withdraw action, which is double move. He's going to move the rest of the 85 feet that he can make for a double move on a light horse. A latent light horse. So 40, so 80. So he moves a total of 80 feet away from you guys. So it's not on this map, but he moves 80 feet away from you guys back towards his army and shouting, "Attack! Attack!"
Our own army would also be reacting as that, they're waiting.
Did
for
you
this.
What
not
about his
get an
attack?
attack of
Yeah.
opportunity?
He withdrew
yeah.
actions, a full round
Yeah.
action. So
So
withdrew
can he
action.
mount as a withdraw?
He can mount as a free action if you beat a DC 25. And you can make your mount's movement part of your movement for your turn. And you take the better of the two speeds. So that is going to be, bring us to Rayron's turn. He's only 80 feet away from you, Rayron, if you choose to do anything that you think might stop this.
Target him with spells.
I can't do anything at 80 feet. He's 80 feet away from a magus.
80 feet away from mages. You can technically move up before you cast a spell. It's up to you. These guys here
I
are
could just
on the
cover
ground.
that 80 feet, easy peasy.
Well, you can cover 30 of it, right?
Yeah, I'll charge his army. Great idea, Scott.
Hey, listen. You do you, buddy. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to make suggestions, so I can win.
Let me have a look.
Oh, what the fuck?
What?
Did no one hear that tinking, that exceedingly loud tinking sound?
Nope. That's all you, buddy.
It sounded like someone was grabbing their mic and just going tap, 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 tap.
No.
What the fuck?
Your headphones are about to go boom.
Oh, these are expensive headphones. They better fucking not.
Sorry, I'm just checking through some of my scrolls. Okay, let's try this. Why not? Rayron's going to pull out a scroll of sleep and attempt to cast it on the horse.
Ooh. What's the range of sleep?
100 plus 10 foot per level.
So you cast it on the ground immediately in front of where the horse is going to be at the end of the casting of the spell. So because it goes from inner outer, and the horse is closer. And horses only have an HD of, I just closed that tab, of course. Horses only have an HD of what? I just closed that tab. Now it's already gone.
Oh yeah, let me check. Because Grain will have the same amount of HD, I imagine. Sorry, tabs open. Grain has...
You know what we
2
missed,
HD.
but
He
it
has
doesn't
more than
matter
2
now.
HD. You're good. You cast your spell, man. So
Yep.
so it's what I have to make a will save as the horse.
So this is a scroll.
That's fine.
It's on my spell list, but
That's fine.
what do I have to roll to use
If
it?
it's on your spell list, can't you just cast it?
Correct. If it's on your spell list and it's a level of a spell that you can cast, you cast it as though you have it memorized. However, it uses the saving throw of the scroll, which is the minimum it can be. Level 1 spell.
Okay.
11 intelligence or charisma, whatever, is only a DC 11 wisdom save. Horses have a will save of +1, so the horse has a 55% chance. 1d20 +1 against a DC 11. All right, boys.
Ah, fuck.
Because the horse succeeded.
What's the DC? Sorry.
Hold on, because the horse succeeded.
11.
What's the HD that it totally control that can affect, sir?
I believe it is 4. Let me double check. I just closed sleep. To come upon 4 HD of creatures.
Okay. So, so if it already hit 2, then
It
only
didn't
2
hit. No, it didn't hit the horse.
But it did because the horse had to make an effect, had to make a save. So in effect, hit the horse, it saved it. So only 2 transfers over to him, which isn't enough to affect him. Yeah.
So there, yeah, okay. I get
So the horse saves and it saves him. All right. That is Rayron. You didn't move. You stood still. Did you move backwards at all? Like slowly starting to retreat?
Well, there's no reason not to just run now.
Okay, so you just like turn and flat out run backwards?
Well, like, is there not? I can't see any reason not to run.
Nope, I'm not giving you any
Because
reason.
we're about... Well, I mean, I suppose actually, no, we can just kill these guys here because we're about to get a bunch of...
Our horsemen will get to us first, but we will get a volley of arrows if we stay.
That's true.
So it's whether you think we can take the volley of arrows or not.
Well, no, we can't.
So I think we do something like a spell and run.
There's a rule for volley of arrows in 3.5. I don't remember how it works in Pathfinder, and the way it works is you have a dexterity saving throw. If you succeed, you take half damage. The damage is not small though. It's based off the number of like the size of the group attacking. So it's at least a D8, and then it kind of goes up the caps at 5d8.
Yeah.
Rogues can of course run that. So you just turn and run. Beautiful. Valorant, he is still only 80 feet away. Is there anything that you can do last second to try to capture this man before he officially retreats? We're so close.
Got any range spells?
Oh my God, so close to losing.
No, literally everything I have is close.
I can't believe I was like, oh my God, you guys screwed me in every way, left and right. I'm totally gonna lose this. And I was like,
Wait, I got one last shot. One last shot at him.
No, I know. And then he can quadruple move on the next turn, which is just doubled, and he can actually horses have the run feat, so he can quintuple move. So
let me just double check everything. I'm pretty sure it is unfortunate that I don't have.
All right. So while he's
how far away is he?
80 feet. While he's thinking of what to do, this is a little hint to all you dungeon masters out there, you fledgling dungeon masters out there. If you are dealing with a party of PCs that are starting at low level, and somebody's thinking about being a mage, totally convince them to go sorcerer instead. There's a lot of perks to being sorcerer, but for the DM, it means one more level before they get fireball.
Yeah, motherfucker, you knew.
Do you have any scrolls, Tesh?
No, I'm just checking them. I don't have anything like that. I have a lot of buff scrolls. I don't have a lot of... Yeah, I have a lot of buff scrolls, unfortunately. Nope. I do not, unfortunately, have anything that can hit him, so I guess...
Turn tail and run.
If I do an action, I can't run as far, right?
It's just 30 feet, but that's fine. These guys can only move like... they could technically, if they chose to charge attack you, if you run 30 feet, they can technically hit you. But the likelihood of them running forward at an army is just as slim as it is for you to run forward at their army.
Yeah, then, okay, you know what? I'm going to take the ones that haven't been hit yet, and I'm gonna weaken them before I run. I'm going to hit them with one of these. First time using this one.
Ooh. Ooh! Ooh! Oh, that's rough. Which group?
So this group, it can only hit 2 of them at this level. So I'll say like this one and then the one behind. So it's DC 16 for the first guy and DC 14 for the second.
The first guy fails. The second guy fails. First guy takes 16 damage and completely just gets set ablaze and on fire. The second guy takes 6 points of damage and is severely burned but not killed.
So, okay, so...
actually, he already has 1 point of damage on him. So the second guy dies as well.
Okay, so the description of this is literally he, Valorant, sees what's going on, realizes that it's, unfortunately too late. So he does the runes appear up his arm and he clicks. And as he clicks, the arc jumps straight to that guy.
That's cool.
And then jumps to the next guy afterwards. And then turns tail and fucking runs.
Beautiful.
Dumbledore got style.
Oh, and swift action shielded just to make sure I'm good.
Beautiful.
So swift action shielded with the thing I got. Because I don't, and I'm like, okay, now running.
Okay. So now, technically speaking, I think there's only one person that would be able to.
Three, four,
there's only one person that'd be able to charge attack you if you ran away. Now you actually covered your bum so in case they choose to charge. You don't really have to worry about moving. Just like
that's
okay.
Cool.
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 And then it's your last action before this man is 280 feet away. What are you rolling? What is this thing that you're doing?
It's this thing
Like
you
you
did
stated,
before,
buddy.
but I can't remember what it's called.
What are you
What's
doing?
It called?
I'm bone shaking him.
Oh, bone shaking.
Again? What's the range on
Again. 100 feet plus 10 per thing.
Jesus.
Fucking hell.
that? Ooh,
Medium
okay.
range, though.
Okay, medium range. And it's a fortitude saving throw, correct?
Yep, and he's shaken, so he does have a minus.
Is it on just him or is it Horsey as well? Is it a specific?
It's on him.
Okay. 1d20 plus 5, DC 17.
Come on. Come on. Give it to me.
Oh my god.
Takes
It
that 10
rolled
points of
from
damage.
2 to 1 to 5 and then to 18.
Where's
If I-
that
if I would've- if I-
non-damage
if I-
dice?
If I would have got him, I could have moved his skeleton 5 feet back straight off the horse.
Yep. Oh, I'm aware. That's why I was praying for a moment there. So he's taking a good amount of damage. Don't get me wrong. He's taking 20 points of damage. I mean, Wherein would be almost dead right now, but he's of course a better man than Wherein.
Wow.
And so he's like, "Gah! Gah!" and like rides even harder and faster out of the way and says, "Stop that magic!" as he hollers back in order to his men. And that's it. That's kind of like these guys up here. They move forward and they're going to attack one, and then it's Ray's turn order. And this guy comes up and will attack one, and but they actually will only move up one time. So if one actually turned and ran afterwards, they wouldn't even do that. So like they don't even do that because it's one of those things where like I imagine a couple of them meet up and one's just kind of like boom boom, kills two of them, then turns and Ant-Man style, giant
if I'm
man
within
style,
range, I'm doing another snap.
But again, it's one of those things where you guys use magic, you quickly clear the middle field of them, whether if they're turning back or fighting. It doesn't matter because they don't matter in the grand scheme of the battle. And your spells don't matter in the grand scheme of the battle. And you guys start running backwards. But literally, their army is already marching forward, as your army is also
Drop your
marching
thing.
forward.
Drop your thing, one, by the way. Drop your disguise and show that it was you. So the army knows.
I would do that.
So as your army is also marching forward, so you guys are meeting each other on the kind of like one of those things where Hinta is leading the army, so she's not going to be there with
They'd
your
be
horse.
at full gallop too, so
Yeah.
How far away
It's also
is that?
you're also still giant, so like a giant one, just like the person turning into a giant one and just being like, oh.
But Telly
much.
herself would be like right behind the lines, you know, kind of like pulling the horses a little bit behind. So as they come charging past you guys, like opening up a space so that, you know, like imagine one kind of come up before you, just like throwing an arm protectively in front of the two of you as the horses easily ride past the commander. Not the commander, sorry, the chosen, and like riding past you guys to go into combat, and they're of course moving up themselves. Tally comes up like several moments later on with the horses for you guys to jump on, and each of you guys are going to be able to turn and like ride forward to watch after the battle that's happening, or maybe, you know, see, because it's dark out, so there's only so much visibility that's happening right now. But I will say she does to one who's there, who's massive, too big to get on the horse. She looks at you and says, "You're incredible. Good luck," and like reaches up on a horse, like give him like a peck on like the bottom of the jaw, wherever it is that she can reach to, because he's so tall and she's like
So
reaching
fucking
up on a horse.
giant.
I'm 12 feet tall, I think, at the moment. So.
Yeah. So she's
Fuck.
definitely like, and he's like, I guess I'd lean into it a little. 10%, right?
I wouldn't hang back though. One would join the charge.
Oh, of course, everybody would join the charge. Absolutely. And now we can finally get into these mechanics. Now,
Give like rallying cries and shit.
the way it technically works from here, so I know we're running a little bit longer. We can either take a break and then do what would be a much shorter portion as we do the one combat, or we can just push through. It's entirely up to you guys if you want to pee or something, because it's been an hour and a half since the last break. I don't know if Neil heard that.
I didn't hear any of that.
I said we can either, we're already going over, so we can either stop now and handle the first combat next session, or we can push through and do it now, or we can take a short break before we do a short little segment to do the first combat, because it's been an hour and a half since the last break.
It's up to the Aussies.
I'm good to go. But it's,
No break? Okay.
Honest.
Tesh, do you want to take a break? Do you want to stop? Entirely up to you, and don't feel like there's any pressure to do anything.
I'm good.
Because it's like 6 a.m. for you. So
Yeah, but I've got nothing happening today, so
I've literally seen the sun rise.
yeah, but it's a half hour behind for Tesh. So
no, it's coming. But it's so hot here, I wouldn't be able to sleep anyway, so I'm not fast.
okay, sure. If you guys are comfortable and no break, you don't want to go pee or something real quick.
No, I'm good.
Pushing on. So the way that this combat works, and somebody's going to be the dedicated one that makes these rolls for the party, right? So, and then somebody else will be able to help out with the other one later on, and I'll explain that in a second. So, round one of combat is, see, rules. What are rules of war? Show to players. So we can see the rules
What
of war.
are they good for?
Absolutely nothing. Playing a game now. So rules of war. So a round of war, it breaks up into 4 battle phases: tactical phase, range phase, melee phase, rout phase. Tactical phase is started with an army commander if there is one there. If not, then it's just the unit commander that takes over. In this case, there is no. The army commander could literally be, since there is no general, could be one of the 3 of you. Okay, probably is going to be Neil. That can take over like tactical strategy stuff, so on and so forth. And then the unit commander chooses things like special tactics, and then it goes range, melee, route, which we'll get to in a moment. So tactical phase, the way it goes is first you tell me what is your tactic that you're going with in this. Do you guys, you choose your strategy. So when you open up the next thing, the tactical phase handout, you'll see on there are 5 strategy options that are there. Hold firm, cautious advance standard, aggressive attack, and all-out attack. This modifies your defense value and offensive modifier and the damage that you deal, as you see there. How would you have your army approach? Defensively, offensively, somewhere between, nothing at all.
We have a on horseback army, so it's probably we don't have range, so it's in our best interest to get there fast.
But this doesn't affect the speed, correct?
It doesn't? Oh, okay.
So for this first one, it might be worth to hold firm as we charge them, and then once we're engaged, aggressive or standard.
So moving up every round during the tactical phase, you can shift this 1 step for free.
Okay, so we should cautious advance.
And then I was going to say every step after that requires a morale check, and there's a penalty for failing that morale check. So you want a cautious advance as your tactic here. I also have my tactic. So this is technically Neil is the one that we call on this, unless you want to leave it to Hinta. Looking at RA details, I can tell you Hinta's morale bonus is plus. Oh, sorry, I said Neil because it was Professional Soldier, because that's a factor. Morale actually comes from Tesh. Charisma. So do you want to have the person that has bonuses to the Professional Soldier, or the person that has bonuses to morale? Usually General Yeager takes care of everything, but he's not here right now, and he doesn't have command here right now.
If I remember right, I chose. Yeah, I chose loyalty as my thing, didn't I? Which makes morale checks even better.
Correct. You get a +2 on it. You are correct.
So that's 8.
Yeah, go for
isn't it?
Because
I have a +6.
No, that is with the +2. It makes it a +6. It was a 4 otherwise.
I thought I had a 6 though.
You had a 4 from your charisma.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah. Yep. Now I remember.
Cool. So, but the thing is, if you're having the morale, that's all cute and everything. But that if you're the general, then that means you're not the one making the Professional Soldier check, which means you can play your hands too soon. That's where Neil is better. He might not be as morale boosting, but he also knows how to hide his hand. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, because they determine what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so morale later, I think maybe.
Okay, so we're going to have Neil be the general then for the sake of this. Cool. And again, in the future, this is less of a detail because usually you have General Yeager handling all that. Yeah. So for the sake of this combat we have here, Neil, you're the general. Hinta is the unit commander. And so you're the army commander. She's the unit commander. Cool. Neil, I need you for the tactical phase, now that we understand what it is. You chose your tactic, your strategy, cautious advance. She is choosing her actual tactic. Whatever it's called. You are now going to roll me a tactical initiative, which is a Professional Soldier check. I'm going to roll it on the opposing side. You may roll first, sir. Do you care to modify that?
Well, we can't, because this is army stuff, right?
Oh, you are 100% correct, sir. Thank you for keeping me honest. Thank you. I'm sorry, I have this split over here, but not over here for the viewers to see. So let me just get this prettier for
Yeah,
them.
military sense motive. Basically, yeah.
Okay. So he lost the initiative, so you can see what their tactic is, and their tactic is what is it? All-out attack. Clearly, he is not happy.
I thought so, yeah.
So now that you know it's all-out attack, you actually right now, because you won the initiative, can choose to change your strategy if you wish to do so. Otherwise, you'd be stuck with it, no matter what.
Well, I know he's doing all-out attacks. That gives him a -4 on defensive, +4 on attack, +2 to damage dealt. However, cautious advance is -1 to damage dealt, -2 to attack, +2 to defense. We'll go for cautious advance still, because I still want to be able to switch this into... He's not going to be able to change out of that.
He on his turn, he'll be able to change out next tactical initiative by 1
To
step.
aggressive, yeah.
Yeah,
Or try
yeah.
and fail.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Hinta, she's her tactic that she has available to her is cavalry sweep. Unfortunately, she's only fighting one army, so that means nothing to her. She's stuck there. She can't use a tactic this time. So cool. Phase 1 of round 1 is over. We chose our tactic. Moving on. We're going to close it over here, and now we're going to go to phase 2, which is ranged combat. So the ranged phase, as they move together, you can do one of 3 things in the ranged phase. You can hold, which is usually you do. I wrote a hint here. You usually use full defense, but you hold. You do nothing. You attack if you have ranged weapons. This party does not. Or you advance, which is you literally just kind of move up and you get into melee phase. Now the cool thing about the way that this works is it doesn't matter if 1 army or 2 armies advance most of the time. If 1 advances, you're in melee phase moving forward. You're good. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as long as you attack in the melee phase, that means they can also attack in the melee phase. Advance didn't happen. So obviously in this turn, you're going to advance and they're going to attack you. So your parties move to get to the point where you're in ranged phase. So this is where everybody kind of got to here. That's the army's charging. You guys got out of the way.
Yep.
They're going to make their attack roll against you. It's their hold on, let me see what my modifiers are. Their OM against your DV. Your DV is currently modified, so I'll get to that in a second. Their OM is usually a +1, and because they're all out attacking, they have a +4. So a +5 to their OM against your DV.
Because we're cavalry, we have +2 OM, +2 DV as well.
It's already been modified as a base attribute for your character. So your actual, if you go to Army Details, Hinta's Army right here, your DV is a 16. And because Neil chose defensive thing, it's actually currently an 18. So I'm trying to beat an 18. Understood?
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
Ranged attack. I got a 19, which means that the attack was successful, and I did 1 point of damage to you. Because even though I hit 18, I did 1 over 18, so that's 1 point of damage. I also am all-out attack, which is what did I say? Plus what to damage?
It's a +4.
No, +2 damage. +2 damage.
Correct. It's
+4 to attack. +2 damage.
Correct. So +2 damage, and then because you're defensive, it's a -1.
-1.
And the funny thing about damage dealt, that's both damage dealt to you and from you. It's actually two-way street, which is how you interpreted it. So you actually brought it down to only took 2 points of damage on your army. I know this sounds boring. It sounds complicated at first. It gets easy. If you actually highlight your mini here, under that red tab, you should probably keep a bar. So let's put this on you. This would be, she usually has, 16 health in her army? Let me just double check that.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Where is she? No. She usually has 18 health.
18.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. It's a little bit more.
And her DV is usually, Army Details, but you're going to want to modify this, is usually a 16. So I'm going to put a 16 here. And your OM, that's going to be blue. And your OM, which is usually attack, is going to be a +6. And again, I like to leave these as those things here.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I was going to say, it isn't changing for me, but no, there we go.
And then I just -2 health points for you. And you can kind of see it just by simply clicking on it to keep track of it. I actually have that already on my bad guy minis. Okay. So I already know what I'm doing. That 16 should be a +6 for the should be a 6 for the green, because that's your attack. Now, mind you, that's the baseline. Your current tactical choice is those are modified, so that's actually a +2 -2. So this is 18 and 4. Cool. Sorry. That concludes our ranged phase. So all you did was tactical phase, you chose tactic. Range phase, they attack you, you advanced. That's it, you're done. And then that brings us to the next phase, melee phase. Okay? The way melee phase works, it's actually technically simultaneous. Both your armies attack each other at the same time. There's no I kill you before you kill me. So who would like to roll the melee phase? 1d20 plus OM, which is currently a +4.
No
Neil should
volunteers.
roll it.
Alright.
You're the general, so
Yeah, you're current general, which means I'll have to roll it once I take over to get
Well,
morale
Well, you
up.
can't really take
+4.
over in the middle of combat.
Oh, okay.
But what's her name is Hinta is technically the one that's commanding it, so you guys are rolling for Hinta here, not you. And her modifier is currently again, if you click on the mini, is currently a +4. And I just have to
+4,
modify
yeah.
my thing over here, which is I did all out attacks, so I have a -4. Oosh.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's actually really good.
Okay, that's fine. Oh my god, that is a lot. Oh my god. My
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh, that's terrible.
yeah,
my
their DV is -4.
yeah, my DV
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah, of
currently
course.
my DV is currently a 7. 18
my
minus
God.
7 is 11
Jesus.
points of damage, and then the damage dealt is increased by 1. That's 12 points of damage.
Fuck.
Is it
Our
increased?
damage dealt is -1.
Yeah, it's -1 because we're cautious.
Correct, but they also are
Still-
all out attack, which is +2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So we just did 12 to them.
Yeah. Oh god. This is
They're
one of
just
the
like all
good
these
roll.
soldiers, like, and then just.
Yeah, this is the fucking battle of the bastards when you see the horses fucking collide. Just
I forgot to do something. Tesh, I'm gonna have you do this. Roll me a d6, please. I'm gonna have you do it 3 times, but first we'll do one at a time.
okay.
It's with the tactical phase usually would take 4 hours. We're gonna say that was actually kind of planned in advance before you guys got there. That was literally the tactics that you guys chose prior to this happening, which is why the sun set. Beautiful. Roll another d6. This is charge. Guys, step back.
Fucking wow.
So 4 hours after what transpired on the center of the battlefield, they shot a ton of arrows and your army charged forward, kind of wading through. They didn't just like straight on charge. It was a combination of like taking hits, kind of like circumventing, going around areas here and there, kind of making their way up to them with an advance. It took 4 hours to get to the ranged phase, which is frightening as hell, but eventually your soldiers got to them. Roll one more time.
No wonder their soldiers are so destroyed in this melee combat.
Oh my
4
God.
hours of shooting a longbow. They probably can't even feel their arms.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the problem with reckless attack, yeah.
see, my opinion, I was like 1d6 for ranged phase. I've homebrewed a little bit of stuff. I was thinking about changing the ranged phase to being only 2 hours. You know what I mean? But it's also supposed to be part of the advance or whatever. So it's like maybe 1d2. Maybe just call it 1 hour. I don't know. It feels like 4 hours. It sounds illogical, but it's simplified rules.
It
so.
sounds ungodly. I don't know of any military
sounds like
medieval
so
army that would
long.
shoot their
So
bow
why don't we
for 4
change that
hours.
to just 1 hour for the sake of, okay? So we'll do it like this. Ranged phase is 1 hour because I don't like that mechanic that they have.
Yeah, no, that like 4 hours is fucking forever. Holy shit.
So that was 1 hour. So then so it's been 6 hours total because that was in 5 hours of just raging war against one another. I've just full
Yeah,
on,
okay, that makes sense.
which is why your horsemen are just decimating them. Just 12 points of damage, decimating them.
And what about our friends? Because that's 5
Yeah,
hours.
that's what I'm wondering.
Oh, hold on. I also get to attack you. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's true.
Thank you. So this is going to be slash roll 1d 20 plus 5. Nobody's modified any of this combat so far. You guys are. They're like, no, you play it naked.
It's the first combat, you know, we gotta have
Yeah,
it
we want to
vanilla.
see how it goes, yeah.
You don't mod Minecraft before you played it.
Oh,
Damn. So it's nothing.
yes!
And I can't daddy slice it. I can't daddy slice it.
Yeah!
So you take no damage. What it is?
This guy was too fucking. Our plan worked and made him angry, and that's all that matters.
It's literally played out exactly as you wanted it to. And now we get to the route phase. On the route phase, technically everybody has to make a morale check, DC 10. Now this isn't the commander. This isn't the army commander. This is the unit commander. This is Hinta. She has to make a DC 10 morale check to keep her soldiers kind of like strong, and he has to do the same on his side. He has a much better morale though. And there is not a penalty.
Do we get a bonus for winning?
No. Well, you didn't win anything yet, right?
No, but like he said, like penalties for taking damage or anything like that.
I thought he said there's no penalties.
So there is technically a thing in the modified rules that I didn't memorize because it's happened really quickly. For if an army is bloodied, which is so they actually take. I think maybe the DC's higher or whatever it is, but we're not going to deal with that now. We're just going to keep it the raw rules, which is just DC 10. Okay. So you roll one of you guys for Hinta. Hinta has for her morale check a +2. And then they are going to roll a.
Is it a +2?
It is a +2 is all she has.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. I thought it was higher. My bad. Where did I read that it was higher?
It's a DC 10 and you're rolling against a +2. Feel free to roll whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
You're the morale man, Tesh.
Yeah. Okay. So
1d20
roll +2.
Some of the soldiers are a bit shaken, and Varen goes by and clicks.
Oh,
his
that
finger.
was so close to a 20.
So what happens
saw
when
a
you
20.
fail? What happens when you fail? You actually take a 1d4 penalty to morale. Luckily for you guys, Hinta actually starts with a higher morale than Rayrin does, because she's an NPC army, so she starts with 3. So you have to roll a 1d4. You roll 1d4.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh. So she. This could go really bad. Really.
You got this, Tesh. Don't worry.
Roll
You're gonna
low,
roll that
Tesh.
flat 1, baby.
Yeah!
Oh. Fuck.
Morale score
I'll
for her
roll
army.
a flat 1 thud. Although I love how it didn't roll it like it felt like I just went.
So her morale score on that little handout just dropped to a 2, which is the same as Rayrin's army. And then he's going to roll against his own morale score. Crushes it. So he takes no penalty. His soldiers are ready to fight. This brings us, we now skip the ranged phase moving forward because nobody has the ability to just run away. We're going back to the tactical phase. Neil, this is you. And mind you, so roll me a 1d6, Tesh.
Oh my god.
I didn't see it.
It's a very long...
Oh, now we do. So 5. So that whole thing took 11 hours. The whole like waging fighting,
just combat,
grabbing
yeah.
bodies, pulling them back, kind of regrouping, stuff like that. And as this is all happening, you see the soldiers coming in from behind. You see the signs of the soldiers being available behind you.
Yes.
So allow me to modify this this map that the viewers get to enjoy for a moment. So
I love that there's like a hill behind them as well. So like raw over the hill.
So they are. I never moved the other one before, so let me go. Get out of my way. GM layer, make you token layer, and then move you up. Whoop, and they are back here. I'm gonna make you visible. Bam. All right, cool. So now we can see the other army is approaching from behind. And this is going to be Vroga's army that's approaching from behind. So now, Neil, you get to change your tactics. And because you're the army commander, you can send a runner over to his army. And you can tell them because you're the army commander, what strategy they're using, as well as what strategy this army's using. Tell me what you want to do with Hinta.
So we're already engaged, so they can't use rage combat, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Yep. So we want to move to standard.
So Hinta will move to standard, correct? Yep.
Correct.
I'm tempted to get Brogars to attack quite aggressively. I think we'll get them
They're
to
low
attack.
health. I think it's probably a good idea.
I think we'll get them to aggressive attack.
So aggressive attack. So the step 4 for the other ones, and then step normal. My apologies for Hinta. Okay. So what's happening because of the darkness? I forgot to apply this before, but that's okay because it neutralizes itself.
I have one quick question before we decide. Can his army range attack the orcs?
Yes.
No, because they can.
Oh, okay.
But they're engaged in melee.
Yeah.
They're not engaged in melee yet.
Are they not by us?
No, not with, but it doesn't. I think it doesn't count us.
No, they can't because they don't have. It's actually a special tactic to be able to do that.
Good. Okay.
Yep, they cannot. You are correct. My apologies.
Good. Then, yeah, all out is definitely what's.
We're not going all out. Just aggressive.
Aggressive,
sorry.
yeah.
Aggressive.
We won't suicide them.
My bad.
Standard for Hinta.
That was me saying a saying.
Yeah, standard for
not
Hinta, aggressive. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Sorry, that was me saying a phrase, not thinking about the fact that that's actually what it's called.
So another thing that needs to be modified because now it's like in the middle of the night as this war continues to fight on, so on and so forth. I didn't apply it last time because I was trying to hold back some mechanics, and now we're going to apply another mechanic as another layer. Because you're in darkness for this next round, and then the round after that there won't really be darkness anymore. There is a -2 to everybody's OM and a -2 to everybody's DV. But the orcs don't get that.
Hey. Good.
God, this sucks. So,
if that's the case, should we stay on cautious?
It's up to you.
I think we want to make sure we get rid of them in this one.
I think we can pound them. I think they're dead this turn.
I think we want to make sure we have as much
soldier.
chance to get them as possible.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Because he is.
Spending all that time around Leon.
Yeah,
He rubbed
apparently.
off.
Apparently. Oh, yeah, it's your professional soldier. So 1d20 plus 7. You win. So you know that their approach right now is all-out attack. But you beat him by 5 or more. So that means you learned one of his tactics at the same time.
Oh yeah, I remember reading about this.
So you know that even though he's all out attacking, he's actually using his soldiers as a defense, like a scapegoat, and he intends to flee the field of battle prior to the unit being crushed. So if they survive this round, they're going to be running without a commander next round and like dead fish in the water. But it gives him an opportunity to completely escape. Would you like to change your tactic?
Is there any way we can stop him? Like, how does that work?
So if we, if I wanted to change my tactic, my strategy rather, let's use the correct parlance. If I wanted to change my strategy, would I be changing it from standard, or would I be changing it from cautious advance?
You'd be changing it from cautious advance currently. And for the other one, you're setting it because they don't even have one set. So they just get whatever you want for free.
Yeah.
Do we get 2 melee faces before he leaves, like from us and the orcs?
It all occurs
simultaneous.
So
Yeah. Can I clarify? If we have to beat them this round to stop him from running.
Oh, the question is, do you have the army focus on attacking and decimating the army? Do you have the army focus on trying to stop him? Like, what's the approach that you want to do?
Oh, stop him, I think.
Well, I'm the army commander right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Valorant and 1 can leave the unit, correct?
Correct.
We could just send Valorant and 1 on horseback after him while we continue to pound.
And this is why we have macro and micro.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, good.
That's what we would do.
Beautiful. So you knew that,
and our horses are still good. Yes.
You planned to make that decision. You're like, no. Oh, hey, look at the way they're moving here. You two, saddle up. He's gonna take a ride for it. Keep your eyes peeled, one. You know what to do. One's like, snap, crack. Now, because of the fact that you guys have a flanking position with your allies, you have what's called battlefield advantage. Both of your armies get a +2 OM and DV. Did you already apply the penalties to your token from the thing I said before? You did not.
No.
I'm afraid I didn't know.
So
Sorry.
that's fine. I'm gonna tell you what it is now. Darkness is -2, -3. Advantage is +2, +2. So more or less your DV reduces by 1 on Hinta's army. So your DV goes down to a 17.
Goes down to a 17.
Correct.
And my blue, your OM, does it reduce with night? Sorry.
It does, but you're good now. The green would
Yeah,
have been
because we
reduced.
reduced what we gain.
Correct.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because we changed strategy.
So Vaku's OM was a 1, but you gave him aggressive attack, which makes it a 3, and you gave him darkness is ignored, and you gave him advantage, which is a 5. So he's an OM of 5. Sorry. And then usually his DV is an 11, but he is aggressive attack, which brings down to a 9, but advantage and ignore darkness keeps it at 11. Cool. That's where he is. Let's go. So that was tactical phase. Now we go to ranged phase is ignored. Technically, it's not ignored. You guys can't ranged. His army is going to move up during the ranged phase because that's their job. And now it's melee phase. Everybody attacks. The way we're going to do this, Tesh, you roll for Hinta's army. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Tesh, you roll for Hinta's army, and we have to have the Vrogar guy roll for Vrogar. So Tesh, you're rolling a 1d20 plus 4. Jake, you're rolling 1d20 plus 5, and I'll make my roll.
Okay.
Come on, boys.
I didn't adjust this.
No pressure, but I dealt 12 points of damage. We got very lucky on that.
And this is against, unfortunately, I have to choose which army. Oh, Valorant.
Nice. That's unfortunate.
This is against...
It's okay. He did the big one.
This is against one army. They're not going to turn their backs and attack the Vrogas. They're going to continue attacking Hintas because that just makes more sense, right? Just keep taking them down, pushing forward. No, I did it wrong. I'm just so excited at the moment. God damn it! Oh! You did. Ready for this? What's their current? Oh god, you did 11 plus 1, 12 points of damage when they have 4 health left.
Oh my god.
They're gone.
Decimate
The orcs
their
come
army.
in raging.
The orcs don't do much from behind, unfortunately. Oh no, sorry, no, that was the orcs. The orcs come raging from behind and just sweep over them, just like. Argh! Now they are immediately routed. It's instantly routed. They have to retreat because of what had just transpired. Now, before we get full-fledged into their routing, retreaty BS, army details. Where am I? Over here. War details. Nope. Army details. They have something called, under Vaku, relentless brutality, ferocity, rage, and so we're not going to use ferocity or rage, but they have something called relentless brutality. In case you don't recall what that is.
Where
are you? Relentless.
Oh shit! I think I remember this now.
Never mind. That's sorry. Relentless brutality is more or less they can just take a penalty to defeat and increase their OM by even more. But they didn't do that.
Okay.
Rage does a similar thing. They didn't do that one. And what's the other one there? Sorry, just making sure I get this right. Because there's so many things to click on. Ferocity. Does ferocity do that? I don't remember what ferocity does. So many modifiers you can have in this game. F for ferocity. Ferocity. Once we learn these, it goes easier too. The army continues to fight even if demoralized or nearly dead. That doesn't matter right now. Okay, cool. So none of that stuff matters. What does Vatgu offer the army? I don't think he offers any of those. So nope. All right, cool. So more or less they're routed, and so they're going to retreat. Here's a decision that has to be made. They're routed. They're a broken army. You can choose to allow the broken army to retreat, the respectable, typical command thing, like the commander retreated, the army is broken, there are many dead, there are many more wounded, and you allow them to retreat. Or you can choose to demolish their army, to continue the onslaught.
Demolish the army.
No, it's...
You're going to let them go back to Haude Gwenh, tell them our tactics, and also with whatever they got left, go back into the army.
So usually,
I feel like the Vrogar army would continue, but that's...
So usually I would be more inclined to to just let them go. However, this is the first combat, the first battle of the
That's a
war,
good point. Yeah.
and they attacked. They marched up to Reed.
Yeah, okay.
The message is you can't attack our citizens and get away with it.
Whatever you want to say.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're not there, so we're off.
Yep.
But I think I understand that logic.
Yeah, I think we'll demolish this army and capture Belturu.
Okay. Let me just double check something over here. This is no. Cancel. I pressed the wrong button.
Oh, kitty cat, you're so cute.
It's reduced.
Only you knew the atrocities I'm committing. She's so sweet. Aren't you? Huh? I'll send Tish a picture. Artie.
Why can't I find the ruling for that? It's really annoying me. So sorry.
She's so cute.
Demoralize. Nope, not
That's
you.
a very cute picture.
Not you. Wait, really? All in this entire book?
I just saw what Anno said. Seas orcs, fuck this. Pretty much, yeah. That dude, that commander was just like, you're all gonna fucking die. Oh yeah, talk the shit.
Peace.
Oh yeah, fuck that, I'm out. Peace, goodbye.
I unfortunately can't find the ruling for it right now on the 7 things I'm looking at, which is annoying. I'm sorry.
What are you looking for?
Just demolish army as opposed to a defeating army. I can deal with it later on. It doesn't matter.
I'll look it up as
well.
well.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So it's more or less you make another attack roll. However, your attack roll is made with another bonus to it. So are you having both your armies clash in and just finish them off? Neil?
No, because we have so many mounted soldiers. We could divert some of them to make sure Belter and no get.
Well, I mean that's just an RP thing. You can divert 25 of them after it or whatever. That's an RP thing. That doesn't happen on the macro scale. So you get to make 1 or 2 attack rolls. Your choice. They're going to try to rout. They're going to try to run away.
Crush them.
Well, actually, if we crush them, it affects the kingdom's economy, loyalty, and stability, doesn't it?
Does it?
It does.
Oh.
Let's crush them this time.
Okay.
Sorry, Haude Gwenh.
I think I
I'm
definitely
not sorry,
yeah.
Haude Gwenh. Sorry, people in the army.
Yep. Okay. So you make attack roll both of them. I have to make my morale check against both to try to actually escape. Let me check out my withdraw action. Let me go back to those books over there. There we are. Give me a moment to just double check withdraw. Withdraw. Parlay, tactics. Retreat. Here we go. So this is retreat. Unit cannot attack during the battle phase. -1 to DV and morale. Unit must make an opposed morale check against all enemies engaged with it. Each unit adds. So that's what it is. So you ready for this? We make opposed morale checks. Is how this works. Not an attack roll. Opposed morale checks because you're choosing to continue pressing the attack. Your horse group is going to get an additional +1 because their speed is greater than mine by 1. So we make an opposed morale check. So I get 1d20, and then my bonus to morale is actually pretty good. I just rolled it earlier.
But don't they not have the commander now?
Acting?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. They don't have
They
a
don't.
leader.
No.
Oh,
Their
no.
leader fucking left.
So they have a
Their
0.
leader fucking abandoned
They have a
them.
default 0, and then their penalty, because they've been routed, is a -1. So I'm rolling a 1d20 -1.
+3.
You have a +3 with one of your armies, and a plus. What's the other army have?
What
Sorry.
Okay, so I'll roll the
Vaku
horses.
has a
Here's
So
plus-
Vaku, you can trigger Vaku's rage, and give them an additional bonus to the morale of +1.
What's the downside of that?
It is a plus to OM minus to DV. They're raging,
Ah, sure.
and then
Oh
it's,
yeah, no, just rage, yeah.
So it's a +4 for Jake.
and it only
a
lasts for
+3
one battle phase. Is how it works. So.
A +3
Yeah,
for Tesh.
So it's a plus.
Didn't the horses get a +1 as well because they're
Yeah,
faster?
so that's why it's a +3.
So +3 for I think
okay.
both of you. No, Vaku usually has a -1. So raging gives them a
Oh,
+0.
I get morale, so he's got a plus. What
Yeah.
are you doing over there, kid?
So you
it's just a
one
straight
roll
D20.
+3.
Oh,
Val, you rolled a flat D20 actually. So if you want to re-roll it to the flat D20, sorry, sir.
what?
You're not
That's
supposed to
not
get a
flat, that's a-
modifier.
He's rolling for Hinta.
What? I'm
Who's-
rolling
oh, I'm sorry. So Hinta, my apologies, gets the +3.
Yeah.
Vaku is leading the other army, and he's
Yeah.
a -1 normally, and he has a +1 for rage.
Just a flat D20.
Correct. So could you re-roll? I'm sorry.
He's not
What?
rolled.
He hasn't rolled.
Oh,
Oh.
against Tesh,
Oh.
against Jake, they are
Decimated?
destroyed. Oh, they are just obliterated. Now, again, it's one of those things where you can keep some POWs. Some people are, of course, genuinely get away. They escape. It's not like you kill every single solitary man to the last. There is actually rules for that, too. You can literally just say, orcs, continue hunting for a while. And they can kind of like continue attacking them. And there's no, you don't have to roll for this. They continue attacking at every hex as they follow them back. That only reason why you would never, the areas where you would never do that is where you're like, no, I need you here now. But there's time. They can continue hunting, Awesome. So you just obliterated their army. Could you do me a favor? Roll me that D6, please, Tesh.
Oh, Hinta gets a boon or a tactic or something.
We'll handle that afterwards. Plus,
Yeah, I know.
plus 4 to so 4 more hours. So this is after the sun's risen, so on and so forth. You just dead bodies, and people are like, no, retreat. Your archers. So, no, you don't have archers. Your horseback men are exhausted. They're tired, but now they can see their targets and they're battle furious. And they're riding in, just killing all of them. The orcs are like, they grab somebody, grab them by the throat, and just like rip out their neck and so on and so forth. And there's just carnage everywhere. Okay.
I think my morale just fell for that.
There are a few other mechanics to take care of, including you guys hunting down the commander, which we're going to do next week, not right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's one thing that we have to make a decision of prior to us leaving. Nobody, I was hoping somebody was going to spend some daddies and get you guys some spoils
Sick
of
loot.
war. Spoils of war, but nobody did it for you. So anyways, it's not too late. I haven't finished describing. Your characters can
Level. Oh, right.
your characters can choose to reduce the consumption of the orc army,
Oh, no.
We did say no.
save some BP by allowing them to, well, let's just say save some BP.
But how
Not
much
in this
BP are we
case.
talking
Not in
about
the
saving
first
this one?
battle.
How much BP?
Not in the first.
I mean, their consumption's 1, so you're going to reduce that to 0, so that's a free army.
I'm not tempted. I'm sorry.
Neil, that's an entire week of a free army.
Come back with a great idea.
I love Norway.
Can't reward this.
Like, it's
Hey, we said no. We said no.
No, because you decimated them. You didn't just
Well, they
rout
were-
an army and let them run. You no.
He was going to attack a bunch of refugees and farmers.
Yeah.
Were
Not to
they?
mention, this army is probably one of Beltran's trained ones that he's been training.
Yeah.
That's what he's been doing.
That's
It
true.
was
Yeah,
his personal army. Like
That's what I would.
these
I would
guys
assume.
were just disobeying orders of above to listen to him.
That's true.
So-
Yeah, they were his personal army. That's right.
You make your excuses, but you're being judged. All right, beautiful. So this battlefield has been won this day. I hope that you understand how combat flows. Obviously, there's a little bit of stuff that we're gonna have to get used to as we go, but it's tactical, ranged, which includes walking.
It's just like Yu-Gi-Oh!
melee.
You just got to go through the phases.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. I really have to pee. So, we're ending the session now. Why don't we go around and talk about who we are? Tesh, I love you, man, and I care what you have to say, but I'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Tesh of the Test Tube. You can find me under that name on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You should follow me on Twitter because I post cute animal gifs and keep you up to date on all the things I'm doing. Which, speaking of, on my Monday morning, Sunday in America at I want to say 7 p.m. EST. We are playing a one-shot on twitch.tv/Aurorum. So it's a heist game, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow night, well, tonight technically, starting at the same time as this stream started on my channel, twitch.tv/thetesttube, I'm streaming more Jedi Fallen Order. I'm fucking loving that game. It is
a good watch.
So good. And I'm getting into the meat of it now. It's so good.
It's a cinematic experience, that game, I think.
What I love is it takes everything I love about Metroid and just puts it into a Star Wars story that is so well done so far that it's just like, yes.
It actually reminded me a bit of of Dark Souls.
Yeah, no, it's Dark Souls, Metroid, and
stims, which are your flasks.
Yeah. So like that's the parts of that, but like the actual like platforming and puzzles and shit.
Oh yeah, that looked really fun, actually.
Like,
and it's beautiful as well.
It's so good looking. It's so good. This is Jedi Fallen Order, by the way, Scott.
Oh yeah. I won't lie. I really want to play that. I really
Me too. It's so expensive.
It's so good. No, I see. I got the Game Pass so I could try it. So you can get the cheaper one, get 10 hours of gameplay, whereas I got the $20 one, which gets me full access to the game for a month.
That's worth it.
And that's pretty good.
Yeah. So I was like, it was a way to play the game for cheap. And even if it takes me 2 months to finish, that's still cheaper than outright buying it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I can get it later down the line if I want to get it, which honestly, this game is so good, I probably will get it properly down the line.
Watching Tesh play it was good as well, because he's very chilled. He had I won't spoil it too much, but he had a boss fight and there was like a mechanic to dodge. And he was like, I don't know how to do this. And someone in chat was just like, maybe you do that thing you just learned. And he's like, oh yeah, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
In the fight, he does it and he's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah. I'm an idiot.
It was just so good natured about it. It was nice.
Oh, Tesh is always a good fun to watch. I enjoy watching Tesh when I watch, because you're very fun. You're very fun. It's light-hearted, even when you're getting the living shit kicked out of you. So I've seen you play some games and just utterly be destroyed left and right. Like, I'd be swearing left and right, and you swear a little bit.
Do you remember that time when Scott streamed games?
Oh, listen. Do you remember that time when Scott had time?
When Scott didn't run like
Scott
five
have
campaigns.
Yeah. You should just give up on those regicide guys.
Hey, don't be greedy with the magic items.
They fucking sold them all.
Yeah, it was.
I bet there was something good in there. I can't believe they did that.
Chat was like, they're selling all the scrolls. Neil would flip his shit. Jake would be so angry right now. So we started talking to Jake on stream. Like, oh, Jake.
Well, you know what, chat? You know what you should do? As punishment, curse the shit out of them.
They should.
Yeah.
They should
curse them to high heavens.
Yeah. You gave them
where's
items
your gold now,
and they threw them away.
Listen, chat. If you want to throw curses, remember, 2 party members, not 3, are hunting down this commander. Give him a chance. He just wanted to save his mom. He
had a belt as well.
He just wanted to save his mom. That's all.
He didn't just want to save his mom. He called me an molten dog.
No, he was like
Maltese dog.
Yeah.
He was.
If you threaten my mom in real life, I'm going to say some shit you didn't think I knew how to say.
But we were like,
we started out by offering to trade, and he was just like, just shove it up your ass and like rip it out. It's like, civility went out the window.
He also wants to commit patricide.
Actually, yeah, he did want to.
He's just okay with it. You know, it's one of those things. It's like he wants to do it. He's just like willing to let it happen.
Anyway, from the sounds of it, Raymond's treated his mum better than he has.
Oh.
He didn't come and save her, did he?
He's trying.
He's got a slick new bookshelf and a lovely, muscle-bound assistant.
It's funny.
Anyway.
It's funny.
There we have it. From the courts of lawful good, always says the commander was not a nice man. I rest my case.
He also abandoned his troops. That's the other thing he did. He did. He abandoned his troops. Like, just, nah, fuck it, I'm out. Peace, goodbye.
Fourth campaign.
There
patch
were
or
no
something.
good guys.
Yeah, you're all technically speaking, you guys. Well, you guys weren't bad. It just seemed bad to those that didn't understand what was happening until
I admit it was
until-
bad to crush the army, but in the first battle of a war, I think it's quite important to send like a definitive message when you're attacking civilians.
I disagree. I don't actually think it was bad to crush the army.
Well,
But
This is the
you're
war. You're allowing them to regroup
but they're just
and
people.
Okay.
bolster that. And
There's also,
bolster
I'll
and go
add,
again.
normally I would be definitely against it because a lot of their army was forcefully conscripted. I don't think this one was. Once again, his
That's
personal
true.
fucking thing.
Yeah, I think that's
Like-
true. I think that's very true.
So that was my reasoning. And like when we fight the armies that are not so like
Yeah,
that,
if
I'm
they're
gonna
just
be
a
like, yeah,
conscripted
no,
army, you gotta let them go because they're just
Yeah.
people.
they're being forced to fight.
I highly doubt this was militia.
No, this was his.
No, I don't think
he
this
brought
was.
his own personal army to this
I
because
mean, they were all armed with longbows.
he wasn't supposed to come here. Yeah, so
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to talk about spoils of war, on top of the fact that your army can gain morale, those that won, there's other things that come along with it. In theory, the weapons and whatnot that are taken from them can be used to arm
Oh
another
yeah, we
army.
can arm our armies with longbows.
yeah.
In theory, if they're savable enough.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So it's one of the spoils of war is literally what's left behind. Now, mind you, it's not like, oh, this is enough to do to an entire army because not everybody died. You have to understand, it's not like, oh, all 200 of them are dead. It's like, no.
No.
Like
No, yeah.
100 of them are dead. Like a bunch of them are injured, and a bunch of them just straight up ran away. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like how it goes. There's actually a percentage thing. Usually, if you defeat an army, you only killed like 15% of them. You know what I mean? That's kind of usually how
Yeah,
it
and
goes.
we kind of don't want that right now, especially with the this is a message. Like he came at us cocky like he could take us easily. And then this happened.
Yeah, I just didn't like. He was
Yeah,
saying
we
that
need
he'd
to
attack
capture him.
Reed. Yeah, we do. Anyway,
yeah,
Jake,
that's the
why,
other thing. He went for Reed, yeah.
Jake, why should we watch you stream?
Reed's on the road.
Where can we-
Reed's on the road.
Scott, Jake is talking.
Yeah, you can find me here with Kingmaker. What about you, Neil?
Well, there you go.
And
Shut up.
twitch.tv/Jake. When?
And Jake N.
Oh, yeah.
Jake N. Yeah.
Yeah, spelt wrong to be clear, because it's better that way. And I think that's that. All right, cool. And did we cover everybody? Did we cover you, Neil? I know what I'd cover you in.
No. Hey, I'm Neil at Nagheight. You can find me at Nagheight on Discord or at Nagheight _ on Twitter. You can also find me. Wow, Anna. I see that. You can also find me on twitch.tv/Aurorum, where I play D&D there. It's D&D 5e. It isn't on this week. This is why we ran on late. But as you can see from the sheer amount of light coming through Jake's blinds, it is morning, and our poor Aussies are dying of sleep deprivation. They
It's
are
almost
suffering
6:30
from a
a.m.
point of exhaustion right now. So we have to say thank you to them for going longer and letting us see that combat, and then we can let them go to bed.
And you know where I am. You're already here. Otherwise, look around. You'll find me. Probably under your bed. Don't look. I have a camera. All right. Good night, everybody. Oh, actually, I'm not going away. I'm just ending this. So I'll be back.